Okay, and we're live. All right. So here's what we're talking about today. I'm not just talking about the Jenkins. I'm talking about all the motherfucking creators out there. All the creators out there. The dirty ass house creators. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. There's a couple of them. A couple of dirty, like they are perpetually dirty. Perpetually dirty. Like dirty for years dirty. Okay? Dirty for years. Okay? Yeah, I saw Donut Mom. I don't know too much about her, but then there was this one where, yeah, my nose is over here sweating. There's this other mom. Yeah, Amanda. That's her name. I don't know nothing about Ash Trevino, but I know about that Amanda. Cause she's the first one I knew about. Where they're just perpetually filthy. And it's crazy. When people are making, like, it's already bad enough when you got folks making the content off of, you know, whatever. Family content in general is weird, okay? Some people think it's cute. Some people think it's exploitative, okay? Yeah, oh, Grit Baby, I remember, yeah, I forgot about her. I think, yeah. All those people that make their content off of shitty situations, and they're in and again, I am not talking about people that are like in a bad way momentarily. No. Because if you need help, then you got to do whatever you can to get that help. Okay? Because nobody wants to see kids suffering. Okay, at least that's what I used to think. Nobody wants to see kids suffering. However, it seems like there's quite a few parents that like to keep their children suffering because it brings in views and it brings in money. A year ago, Stephanie Jenkins made a video. Stephanie Jenkins made a video about how, you know, it was like a bunch of them living in that 1-bedroom apartment, had the babies living in the kitchen and shit, in the living room and the kitchen. The kids were, yeah, the adults had the back room, and the kids didn't even have any kind of safety. There was nothing keeping anybody from busting up into their place and hurting the kids. If there were ever to be a home invasion, a break-in, whatever, the kids are sitting ducks and the adults have a little bit of time. That shit didn't make any sense. I'm not saying there's anything, I'm not saying we are in a really nasty financial situation in this country. And that's the truth. What's going on, Mandy? We're in a real nasty financial situation in this country. A lot of people are poor. A lot of people are broke and cannot help it. We collectively do not do what's right. Okay? We don't. If you need help, ask for help. And a bunch of people were willing to help this woman. A bunch of people did help. They did what they could to help. This woman went viral. People were following her story. People were asking, like, what do the children need? What do the children need? People bought beds for the babies. And then they put the beds in the fucking kitchen. They put the beds in the kitchen. She went and had another baby. Went and had another baby. And then had another baby. So added 2 more babies in this bullshit. Yeah, and then they got evicted. Yeah. What the French toast is happening here? And then we find out more information. We find out more information that this wasn't her first rodeo in some fuck shit. Okay? And what's wild, like we're finding more information out because who was that? That lady that did the YT video, the Tubes of You video, finding out that her husband, because yeah, she's over there calling herself Resilient Jenkins, like she's got that last name. She's a girlfriend invading space. Well, I can't even blame her because it was the man's apartment. Now, what I didn't really agree with was how a lot of people were just solely attacking her. The man let her in. He let her in because he wanted something to hunch on. And gave away his own son's space. Moved in 3 new souls so he could have something to hunch on. That was wild. That was already wild. So we can't blame Stephanie for everything. Drew was the one that initiated it. We wouldn't even see the situation if it hadn't been for Drew letting that filthy ass woman in the first place so he could hunch on that thing. Okay? A lot of us have been following that family around for a year. Nothing has gotten better for those kids. It actually went and got worse. She got a bunch of followers. She's getting more money. Now, I'm not pocket watching this woman, but all I'm saying is if all those people were willing to make purchases for them kids, and we saw her follower count go up, we saw her views go up, we saw all that stuff, her subscriber count went up. I don't make a lot. I don't make a lot. Okay? I don't. So I can imagine she was doing well enough to get her kids up out of that. And even if she wasn't, why not just go to work? Why not go to work? Somebody get this fizzle jinx out of here. And I'm going to go ahead and take care of this heifer too. What is this? One of your followers? What is this shit? Spreading straight hate and gossip. Bitch. It's not hate and gossip if the dirty heifer posted it herself. How is it gossip if the woman posted it herself? It's not gossip. It's the truth. I swear to God. I swear to God. Please like the live. Please share the live. And if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart man. Please subscribe. Yeah, we're talking about them, but not only them. We are talking about all those creators that are making money, making content off of the backs of their traumatized babies. That's who I'm talking about today. That's who I'm talking about today. All of those people, all the creators that the filthy house creators, I understand. If you got a filthy house for a little bit because you got a bunch of kids, you're trying to take care of everything and whatever. Okay. So then somebody offers to clean up your house, clean it. Or how long after you post your filthy house do you keep it filthy? That's wild to me. That Amanda chick had been posting her filthy house. I don't even know how long that heifer was posting her dirty ass house. The kids have to live in it. What the hell? That is child abuse. Children need clean space to think. Have y'all ever tried to think in a place that was messy? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. You can't think in a messy place. And when you're a child and everything is brand new for you and you're trying to do homework and whatnot, how the fuck are you supposed to do your schoolwork around a bunch of clutter and shit? Seriously. How? It's child abuse. Yeah, I'm seeing had postpartum but still kept the house clean. There is a difference between having a slightly cluttered home, okay? Or a lived-in home, okay, is what the colloquial term is for it, okay? Most people's home, I'm guessing most people's home have some kind of clutter, okay? Because it just is what it is. However, being perpetually filthy is not okay. It's not okay for your children. Your children need a place to be. I used to watch Hoarders. Because people are probably like, well, how do you feel about Hoarders or any of those shows? Those shows are interesting. I don't like some of the methods sometimes that they're using. I like hoarding, buried alive. Hoarders seems like it could add a little more trauma to people because it looks like it's there for the drama. But they have a therapist on site, whatever. But hoarding, buried alive is a little bit different because they are working like over the course of weeks, okay, to get their shit together. But the thing about it is, they aren't staying in that mess. Somebody is actively trying to fix it. But these people on social media have made it their whole personality to be dirty motherfuckers. Now, fine. If you don't have children in the house, then if you want to be a filthy pig, be a filthy pig. If you want to have your dogs and cats shitting and pissing all over your carpets, if you want to do that, do it. Fine. Fine. If you want to breathe, all that mess in, fine. That's you. But when you have children are more susceptible. When you got a bunch of pets, because why the hell is it that these motherfuckers always have a bunch of animals? Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Why is it that like people that are perpetually dirty seem to have like a bunch of animals as well? What the hell? That just adds more shit. That adds more shit, y'all. And little kids' immune systems cannot necessarily handle breathing in all that shit. Kids are always coughing. Kids are having respiratory issues, asthma and shit. Because y'all are filthy and don't clean up after the goddamn animals? Why? I don't understand it. And then to be online. It used to be, like back in the day. Remember back in the day when the internet was new? People used to do stuff like, it used to be kind of like an accountability thing. If you joined a group, or if you just did a blog about your situation, it was almost like accountability for you. Like, you know what? Here's my situation. I'm not going to be in here for too long. I want to get myself up out of here. Yeah, smell bad and then they have to go to school, right? Let me put this on here because this is absolute child abuse. This is absolute child abuse because what ends up happening to these kids? These kids grow up in filthy, disgusting places. All the clothes, everything smells like piss, shit, animals. Dirt, dust, whatever, mold, piss and shit. And the kids have to go to school. That is child abuse. That is child abuse. And somehow we got people online who think it is perfectly fine, perfectly normal to be perpetually filthy. Yeah, I'm going to judge that. And I don't give a shit. I swear to God, I wish somebody would be like, well, the only person that can judge me is God the Father. Fuck you. There are babies. Because if it was that serious, then where the hell is he coming down to scoop them babies up out of there and put them in a clean place? Nowhere. So somebody else has to do it. Yes, and the animals suffer too. So that's what I'm talking about today. Hey, Nola. That's what I'm talking about this morning. Okay? So let me get into, after I done hollered, let me get into my fucking monologue, okay? So yeah, there's this creator, okay? There's a creator that was talking about this, oh my God. Talking about this documentary that I'd never heard of before. It was called Motel Kid, or what was it called? Homeless, yeah, the motels of Orange County, some shit. Okay, I heard about it from Shan's Sweet Tea. You want to come up for a second, Nola? Okay, Nola is the only one allowed to come up. Let me find out what's going on with Nola. Nola, thank you so much.
Hey, love.
Hey, honey.
I have an announcement for you to tell your community, if you don't mind.
Oh, shit. What's up?
The current food insecurity that might be happening for November and December because of 43 million people not getting their SNAP benefits. I want to remind everyone to check in with these shut-in neighbors that you might have. And this is how you check in with them. Look, I made a pan of lasagna and I have 4 extra portions. Will you kindly take this off of my hands? I don't have room in my refrigerator for it. That's how you check in with a neighbor that doesn't want to take a handout. You say, I made extra soup. Would you like some of this? It's too much for my freezer. If you don't take it, I can't keep it. So we need to give people the vocabulary to share, because this is a real crisis that will be through Thanksgiving. At minimum, they're looking at the Monday after Thanksgiving being the respite. If not Monday after Thanksgiving, it will be through Christmas. So they're telling us to teach people the vocabulary of food sharing with the elderly, which is, I've made a lasagna and I have a half of this lasagna left over. Would you please take it? Because if not, it can't go in my freezer and it's going to go bad. Please take it. And then you leave the pan with your neighbor so that you have an excuse to go check on them in 3 days. By the way, did you finish that lasagna? Are you okay? Are you all right? And that way we're checking on our neighbors during this month and next month. And I know that your audience is an audience that's in need. I also know that this is a room where I'll be heard on this. And I really want people to dig through their phones during November and reach through your phone to your Christmas and Easter contacts, the cousins that you don't like. It doesn't matter who they are. Reach through your phone and know that food insecurity is very real across America right now, and it's about to get the worst that we've ever seen. There is an emergency food box available: Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Panhandle of Florida. If you show up to your food bank this week, there's an emergency food box, 1 per household, that's being given out without any question. And that is happening in my food zone. I don't know about your food zone, but I know what's happening in my zone. So in my zone, we're giving an extra food box on top of what we normally do as a food pantry, and that's what we're doing to address it. And we're also trying to give everyone the vocabulary to go out and help their neighbor by saying, I overcooked this. Can you take this? And then you go 3 or 4 days later and you check in with them and say, can I get my pan back? And then you're also doing a wellness check in 3 or 4 days to see if they maybe have food. You know what I mean? Because the elderly that get served meals that don't leave their house, they're not getting served meals for November.
Thank you
December. And normally that food is delivered. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up into your room because I know that you'll work that into your content. And I know your topic for today is so important. And but I wanted to bring up what I knew about my food bank in my area. I hope that helps.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I love you. You know I love your face. Mwah. Big kisses to you. Big hugs. You were so serious when I came in the room, and I'm like, I need to lighten your mood just a little bit.
Oh no, well I'm about to get back to fussing. I'm about to get back to fussing. No, thank you so much, Nola.
Because children shouldn't have to live in a motel. That is for sure.
Yeah, anyway, absolutely.
And I love the fact that you're bringing this up as a topic and you're putting a voice to it. Anyway, I'm gonna hop down.
All right.
I just wanted to remind people the vocabulary of how to share with somebody who's too proud to take $5 from you or too proud to take a bag of food. You share a cooked meal with them. Always the best way to share.
Thank you so much.
I just wanted to remind everyone.
Thank you so much.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
You have a blessed weekend.
All right, you too. All right. Please like the live, please share the live, and if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart me and please subscribe. Before I move on, Yeah, so the documentary is called Homeless, the Motel Kids of Orange County. It was done in 2010, okay? But let me talk about the top viewers real quick. NOLA is number 1, Morphin Orphan is number 2, Mandy's number 3, Kit Kat's number 4, and Carolina Queen is number 5. Thank y'all so much. Okay, so here's what's happening, okay? So this is totally nuts, all right? 15 years ago, all right, Alexandra Pelosi did this documentary about the kids who are living in the motels over in Orange County, just a few miles away from Disneyland, and filmed the kids who live there, okay? Now, the only reason I know about this documentary at all is because of a creator on this app called Shan Sweet Tea. She does cover Resilient Jenkins content and like some other people too. But I never even knew this thing existed. Thank you so much, Nola, for the, what is that thing? The Cheeky Boo. Thank you so much. You saw it when it came out, Kit Kat? Okay. So, it's just a few miles away from Disneyland. And she was talking to the kids that lived there. So, the children who could see the fireworks from their window but couldn't go to sleep in peace. Okay, kids who can see that castle but not stability. And now we're watching it again just on TikTok this time, okay? So except now, it's got no hashtag, or it's got hashtags, filters, and captions like, we're making it work, okay? The Jenkins family and other families like them, okay, aren't some brand new phenomenon, though. They're a sequel to an American story, or a story that America never finished watching. We are just, okay? They are living in a motel room that costs more per night than a studio apartment in some cases, okay? And that's because our system decided that it's easier to profit off of poverty than to fix it. Now, look. The children have no privacy. The children are in there with screaming babies. They're seeing violence. They are seeing, golly, just a bunch of stuff that's going to stunt their development and give them trauma. While the parents are making money off of it. Yeah. Some people now, I want to say allegedly, for the possibility of using illicit substances, because I don't know if there's any proof of it. However, it does seem possible, maybe, that that's what's going on. Okay? You got adults living in kids living in adult environments, okay? So when the kids are living in motels, they're living in spaces made for adults in crisis, not for children who are developing emotionally. They're hearing fights through the walls, okay? They're seeing drug deals, and sometimes they're seeing sex work right outside the door. This is not a place for children. And the thing about it is, and the thing that makes me so mad about the Jenkins and other people but her and her situation is the fact that it really seems like they could have gotten out of there. I also saw it where people were offering them places to stay for not that much money. And they were turning it down left and right. And it's like, why? Because they're making money off of hurting the children. Anime, good morning to you. Yeah, it's their TikTok niche. Instead of having a personality, you're going to let filth and child abuse be your personality. And that shit is weird. That should be illegal. Actually, it is illegal. I don't know how, you know what? I don't know. But I know y'all got something to say. Once we get finished with this rose gold right here, I will open the panel up for discussion. Because I know people got something to say about this. I can't stand that shit. See, I was thinking, you don't think people are offering her houses in Oregon? Rent is high? No, they were. Why am I cosplaying a judge? Somebody get rid of Girly. Whoever that chick is, get her out of here. Dumbass questions. I can't wear a First of all, what am I wearing today? Get her out of here. Thank you. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not yelling at you mods. I'm sorry. I'm just upset. We just be talking about them. How do we fix the problems? Get rid of Essie. Get rid of Essie as well. Mute Essie. See, because these people, it's not like we're living in a time right now where there are no solutions at all. It's not like we're living in a time right now. She could be finding a job. She could be looking for solutions herself. She's posting. She's posting. She's going live. I can't fix the problem. I can't fix it. What's going on, Cynthia? Yeah, she should be working. She should be looking for resources. Don't come up in here and talk about the fact that I'm talking about them. I'll talk about them all fucking day. You don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. Yeah, she could DoorDash while Drew watches the kids. She could. Yeah, we're talking about a creator on here. But she keeps having babies. Yeah. Now, I understand that there are people that are going to be like, well, isn't that eugenics? God damn it. Why on earth? Actually, you know what? She was talking about it. She was talking about if she went viral, she was going to have another baby. Like, she and Drew were going to have another baby, and they went and did. What the hell? What the hell? Okay? They went and had themselves another baby and put another baby in this nonsense. Yeah, exactly. It's not eugenics, it's economics, but some people learned a new word one day and decided to start using it improperly. It is child abuse to continually bring children into a shitty situation. It's our job as parents to do our best to make sure our children are taken care of. I just don't get it. And it's been a year. It's been a year. And like that one filthy ass mom who's just always filthy, and she got the kids in the house and it's always filthy. I don't know. Does anybody know how long that woman, Amanda, had been on online? Anybody know how long she had been making filthy content? It doesn't make any sense. It used to be that people would post stuff like it's accountability. Like, okay, so here's my messy house. And then everybody be like, oh shit, yeah, your house is messy. She's a nurse? Oh, please tell me that's not true. Hell, please like the live. Please share the live. And if you can't contribute to the live goal, that'll be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart me and please subscribe. Y'all. I freaking can't. I can't. Oh, yeah. Is this the one where she got mad because it... Yeah, Delilah, that one. I remember seeing her at least a couple of years ago, but I don't really follow because I can't look at it because it's disgusting to me. The 17 diapers lady. Yeah, that was silly too. And there were people that were like, oh, 17 diapers. But it's like, nah, you don't need to be having dirty diapers all over the place. That's not necessary. That's not necessary. But she wrote it out in like this real poetic way thing. You know what I mean? And it made like all the people like feel bad for her because the way she wrote it was like poetic. But it's like, nah, bitch, like just, you don't need to, yeah, she was a nurse. You don't need to do that. That's not necessary. If you're walking around, if you got 17 diapers around the house, that means you got your ass up and moved. You couldn't pick the diaper up and put it somewhere? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. But the way because I remember that, and I can't remember exactly what she said, but the way she did it made everybody feel bad for her because it was like it was like poetic. But come on now. Okay? Come on now. I can't stand that mess. Someone said it's called lazy. I'm not even sure if it's laziness. I'm wondering if it was like hey, my husband needs to help me kind of thing. Like, was it a cry for help to her husband, or was she doing it for attention? But that shit wasn't necessary at all. Yeah, staying in a hotel should be temporary, not a lifestyle. And they are definitely making it into that. Yeah, she made it seem relatable. And that's the thing. Amanda is doing great. Her and her entire family are cleaning and keeping the house up. No, they're not keeping anything up. They're getting it back together if they're doing it at all. And honestly, I don't give a shit. Because how much therapy are those kids going to need for the however long their mama was putting that filthy content? You know what I'm saying? People know who those kids are. Just like the Jenkins. People know who those kids are. All the time that she was online with her... Damn it, my voice. All the time she was online with her filthy home. Acting like she didn't know what to do. Hell, lady, just do one thing at a time. Excuse me. But it's crazy because I'm not sure, like, is it shock value? Is it supposed to be a shock? And why are we consuming that stuff? It's literally children being abused. Let's see if her cooking disgusts you. Are you talking about the Jenkins? Yeah, her stuff is gross looking. Quick chat. Someone tag the resilient. No, don't do that. Hold on. The pink tea. Hold on a second, lady. I think I follow you. I sure do follow you. Hey, the pink tea. Yo. You're messy as hell, pink tea. I love your content. I've been following you for a while. But yeah, that lady, I felt bad at the beginning. I don't know. Put a 1 in the chat, y'all. If when y'all first saw the Jenkins content, you felt bad. Put a 1 in the chat. If when you first saw that shit, you felt bad. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I felt bad. Let's see. They have the benefit. Yeah, they sure did. You gave her the benefit of the doubt? Yeah, so did I. At the beginning. But then it just, I don't know, something about her, something about it was weird. And then, Pink Tea, I know you know about some of the weird shit she would just say. Some of the shit she would say, the way she acted, too, kind of let me know, like, there's something else going on here and I didn't like it. Yeah, it got worse and worse. Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all, as soon as we get the rose gold completed, we're almost done with this. As soon as we get that completed, I will let people up for discussion. And she's nasty to her daughter. Y'all. Yeah. She's weird to the black kids. It's not just that. She was like fetishizing having biracial babies. Excuse me, y'all. Let's see. For me, it would start. Yes. The taunting. Yes. Pink tea. Pink tea. When I get this thing completed, I'm hoping you can come up. Pink tea, are you available to come up? To talk about some of this stuff? Because that shit was wild. She was saying weird stuff. Like weird, It was the black scent for me. It was the weird stuff that she was saying about her biracial children. Like the difference between them. And I'm like, this is fetishized stuff right here. I didn't like it. I didn't like how she was operating. But yeah. Yeah, she called the baby she had with Drew superior because of Drew's genes. Even though Drew is sick all the goddamn time. Drew can't go to court. Drew can't go to work. First it was the dude had heart issues. You remember that bullshit? Oh, you're not available? Alright. That's okay. Drew had, what was that shit that they were trying to say? Drew had heart issues, so he couldn't get a W-2 job. And then, what was it? Drew had autism, and that was wild. My son is autistic, and that little shit is going to be a lawyer. Come on now. Having autism doesn't mean that you can't work. Like, shut up. That shit pissed me off so bad. And I know a lot of parents with kids with autism were like, are you serious right now? Because he seems, And he used to work. Yeah, he's too busy working his 9 to PS5. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that, Pink Tea. The family confirmed the dude is not autistic. Not at all. She's just saying stuff. She's making weird excuses. But yeah. But those kids are going to be the ones paying the price. Please like the live. Please share the live. And if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart me. And please subscribe. There was no reason for that mess at all. Yeah, a lot of autistic people in high places. Yeah, I'm on the spectrum. Okay, I mean, I wasn't like of the highest, but I mean, I was an internal affairs investigator, and I'm on the spectrum. That doesn't mean shit. Yeah, trying to use autism as a crutch, which is hot garbo. He said Drew's gonna get pulled over and try to go trick-or-treating. Man. Yeah, exactly. Autism is a spectrum. 100%. And that dude had a job before. Like, he was doing okay. I mean, other than the fact that he wasn't taking care of his firstborn. But he had the apartment for Deshaun. And he was working. Is this from a reality show? No, Melly. This TikTok creator who went viral a year ago for having what was it at the time? 5 people living in a 1-bedroom apartment, and all the kids lived in the living room and kitchen. Okay? They all lived in the living room and the kitchen. Yeah. And then everybody felt like, so many people felt bad for the children. They're like, we don't want the kids. And that was the funny part too, because you could tell that there were a lot of people that were just like, I don't know, something seems weird. Because it's like, why didn't you immediately trick or treat, get candy wasted? No, I can't do that. I'll be asleep. Yeah, put her children in the kitchen, had the babies. Yeah, the babies are in the kitchen and the living room, and the parents had the bedroom so that they could just reproduce. And so Drew could play his video games. That shit was weird. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, y'all, we're almost making it. I'm over here hollering though. Is the case open? I have no idea. But look. Yeah, I hope CPS does something. Like, seriously. Because I'm not necessarily saying take the kids away from her. But what I am saying is, like, they need to be forced to get up out of that situation that they're in right now. Because that is trash. I don't remember how old the 2 little girls are. But, I mean, they're getting older. They need privacy. They need privacy, and how on earth are they supposed to be able to, do their work or anything? How are they supposed to do anything when there's like a newborn? You got children being adultified, which is just jacked up. You got how old is the oldest one? But she's watching the baby. She's having to watch toddlers and all this crap, and you got this crazy heifer outside in her slides fucking running in sweatpants looking like a fool. Sweeping up fucking rocks. You said the oldest is 10 to 11 years old. Yeah, she is like hella adultified. And it's not fair. She's not even allowed to be a child. She's not allowed to be a child. And the kids can't have a regular childhood experience. They can't have friends over. They can't, they can't even go to a room and shut a door. Yeah, that's right, Pink Tea. Involving her in their arguments. Yeah, that's right. Because wasn't there that live that one time where Drew was like, where they were breaking up for a second, And then Drew was like, well, ask Addie if you want me to go, or some bullshit like that. And I'm like, why? Why is the baby involved? Because all that does, yeah, I remember that because they were sitting over by that big old shipping container and talking about that. And it's like, y'all are putting this child into a position. So it's almost like if things go wrong, then she might feel like she could be blamed for the relation. Like, that is not a fair position to put children in. Thank y'all so much for completing the live goal. I'm going to go ahead and open up the panel for discussion. I know y'all got something to say. Okay? I know y'all got something to say. All right? But thank you so much, Morphin Orphan, Mandy, Kit Kat, Carolina Queen, Felicia, Sabrina, Caitlin, Anna, Melly, Queen, Shayance, let's see, Doc Tenal. Oh, okay. Helen and Delilah, thank y'all so much for completing the live goal. I appreciate y'all. Every single coin helps me float the live to, basically keep women out of orange jumpsuits. Even though some of these ladies need to be in orange jumpsuits. What the hell? Let's see. You think he's grooming that little girl and her mom is jealous? Now, I don't want to put that out there. Because I don't have evidence of that. Thank you for the finger hearts, Gardening Grunge. But yeah, if anybody would like to come up and speak on this, you're more than welcome to. Because I know there's people that are upset when they see these situations. And also, it's not even just watching. Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen creators on here, grown-up creators that used to be in situations like this, get on the app and talk about their perspective as a grown-up that was a child living like that. Whether it's a filthy house or a situation like the Jenkins. Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen grown-ups share their experiences about how traumatic it was living like that. Yeah, I've seen a few. And there's no way. Let's see, abusive households are very complex and should not be posted publicly. Abusive households just need to be fixed. I don't know. The way you wrote that is kind of funny. Oh, you got an echo? Okay, you're going to leave. Okay. Yeah, if anybody would like to come up, please like the live, please share the live, and if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart meal and please subscribe. Let me talk about the top viewers real quick. Morphin Orphan is number 1, Kit Kat's number 2, Carolina Queen is number 3, Felicia is number 4, and Caitlin is number 5. Thank y'all so much. Yeah. This crap is wild. It's wild. So I watched this documentary that I saw. That crap broke my heart, y'all. Those kids were digging around in dumpsters for toys. And their children just let them dive in that. The parents know that the kids are just diving in these rusty dumpsters. Oh, you watched it too? The pink tea? Yeah. I saw that. I was just so freaking mad. Because of all the stuff that those kids were seeing. I had never heard of that one. It's on HBO Max, y'all. It's called, hold on a second. Let me get the full title. It's called Homeless, the Motel Kids of Orange County. It was made in 2010. It was really good. Really freaking sad. Really sad. Kit Kat, go ahead.
Yeah, I saw that documentary when it first came out. And the reason why I think maybe it pulled on my heartstrings so hard is because I was one of those kids. I was a person that grew up in a 1-bedroom apartment with my parents when my grandma paid for it. I was a kid that grew up in a lot of hotels. My dad was a welder. My dad made a good living. He traveled a lot. We would be in hotels, but they spent a lot of their money on rugs. So we didn't have a lot of disposable income. We didn't have Christmas. We didn't always have birthdays, especially as I got older. As I got older, the addiction got worse. So my grandma would come in from time to time and save us when my dad would like let her, basically. But sometimes he wouldn't let her. Sometimes he would drag us across the country. They pulled us out of school to homeschool us in these hotels. I was terrified when I thought she was going to pull those kids out of school. That's one of the worst things she can do. It put us so far behind because, of course, my mom couldn't teach us. She would just hand us the books and be like, copy the answers. And then I'll grade it and give you an A. It was like, why are you doing this to us? It was so weird. So I am terrified for these children. She is affecting not only their emotional health, she's affecting their ability to learn. I remember I could not focus in school. When my parents would leave me with my grandma and leave and go elsewhere, me and my brother's grades would improve drastically. When they would come back, I could barely manage a C. It was very hard to function with them. It's still hard dealing with them at this age, and they don't even live near me. I can barely call them sometimes. It's really frustrating, but the reason why I know they're using rugs, you spot it because you grew up in it. I can see she's making money. Food is not that dang expensive out there, and she was getting SNAP. She was lying about it. I knew she was still getting SNAP. So they have, and like that hotel, supposedly it's a shelter. It doesn't cost to live there, just like the one night every 29 days or whatever they have to go elsewhere. That's when they're paying for shelter. They're spending all that money on rugs. I'm convinced. I know because I grew up in a situation like that. My dad, in 2000, he was making $60,000 a year, which was like a good income for that time. So people didn't understand that, like, your dad works. Why do y'all live like this? I couldn't tell them. I feel so bad for those kids. I wish she would just give them over to the grandma, her mom, but she won't. Why? Because if she gives them over to the mom, number one, her content is gone. Number two, like, as a mom, then she'll have to, like, focus on her own issues, right? Like, she'll have to get help. She doesn't want help. She wants everything to be in chaos so she doesn't have to focus on what's really going on. And then to make matters worse, personally, this is my personal belief from some of the things she's posted, I think she's like selling pictures or something of the two older girls, because when she made she's like, I call this my kitty tea, but it was like the P word.
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
Do you remember the two girls? She made them drink it on camera. She blurred the two little kids' faces out of that. I think she is either attempting to, or she already is selling something to do with those two older girls. I don't know what's going on, but it's real weird. It's scary. That's way further than my parents ever took it. Like, at least my parents didn't do that. But I'm scared for them. Those girls have already been hurt by her ex. He's in jail for raping his mom or some crap? He's already a weirdo. And, like, they've already been hurt, and then she's putting them out for the whole world to see like that. It's terrifying. I'm really scared for those kids. Really scared. And nobody deserves to grow up like that. And the difference with the Disney documentary, not Disney documentary, but the Motel Kids documentary was their parents were, like, working at Disney and, like, making minimum wage and trying their hardest. At least that's what the documentary made it seem like. The difference with Stephanie is that, it's so weird, we have the same first name. So the difference with Stephanie is that she is not trying her hardest, right? Like, she is not actively seeking work. Why? Because she already has an income, and they're spending it all on rugs. More money would not help her situation until she gets help with her emotional and addiction issues. And that's just what it is. We're watching, like, in active time, two parents choose rugs over their kids. That's what we're really watching. And it's just heartbreaking. And praying that things get better for them, or CPS intervenes and puts the kids with her mom. If you're wondering why CPS hasn't already done that, CPS has been visiting them. I saw one thing where she recorded, like, part of the, what is it called, DFS or whatever it is, CPS visit. They came over, a social worker came over. When I was a child, my dad sat me down and said, basically, if you go with CPS, you will wish you were back here. You will call me crying, begging to come back, and I won't be able to come get you. You cannot tell them the truth. Then my sister one time actually did tell them the truth. They took her, just her, out of the home, and they placed her overnight in foster care. She called back the next day crying. Wherever they put her was terrible. She called back the next day crying, right, begging to come home. So it reinforced my belief that CPS was there to hurt me. And a lot of kids do get hurt in CPS, right?
Yes.
And so I did not feel like I was safe to tell anyone anything. And everybody in the neighborhood knew. We lived in the suburbs. Like, everybody in the neighborhood knew. Sometimes I would have to call. My mom would pass out sometimes on the street. Hey, Mama's talking. I know you hate it when Mama gets on the phone. Come here. Every time I get on the phone, she doesn't like to hear me talk to anybody else. Mm-hmm. I'm only allowed to talk to her. Hey, Mama's talking. Okay, can Mama have one more second to just say this one last thing and we'll change it? So, basically, okay, give me just a second.
Okay.
1 second, sorry.
All right, please like the live, please share the live, and if you can contribute to the live goal, that'll be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heartbeat and please subscribe. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know, it's just really, it really grosses me out. The kids, she would have no content if she got rid of the kids. The kids are basically being made responsible for what happens to them. Kit Kat's talking about being scared about going, because, freaking going to foster care can be scary. But what's crazy is when you have parents that don't care enough about their children to fix their shit so their kids don't go to foster care. But then they're also scaring their children about going to foster care. So kids have this thing. Now, I'm not a psychologist or anything like that, but I do know that children have this thing where they make everything their fault. I don't know why they do it. Okay? But, like, kids have this thing where it's like if the parents got divorced, they think it's because they were bad. Okay? But and that's like with nobody telling the kids anything. Okay? The kids just make the assumptions. So if you're an adult and you're telling your children, hey, you can't tell anybody about how we're living because CPS is going to take you. So now you're heaping this responsibility that does not belong to your children onto them, but also not making their life better. I mean, it's like you're terrorizing the kids, okay? I think it's torture. It's definitely child abuse, but it's also like psychological terror. That's like some straight up Guantanamo Bay shit. How are you going to keep the children in a crappy situation, but also tell them that they can't talk about it or else you're going to go somewhere that's even scarier? What? So what that ends up doing is the kids have no hope. What happens when children have no hope? I want to see that in the chat. I'm asking y'all in the comments. What happens when children don't have hope? If you've got kids in a shitty situation, yeah, depression takes hold, they act out, they get into trouble. When children have no hope, they fail to thrive. Yeah, depression brings fear and behavioral issues. They get depressed. Yes, they repeat the cycle of trauma exactly. Turn to bad things, all that shit. The grades drop. Absolutely. They stop caring. Right. That documentary, I'm telling y'all need to watch it. Okay? That broke my heart. There's a part in there about how the children are actually feeling. How they're sitting there just telling the raw truth. And it is It is ridiculous.
No.
What's going on, Jessica?
I didn't mean to join. Did I do that or did you?
No, you did that.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'll mute myself.
Oh, well, I'll drop you down if you don't want to. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. I don't know. Did anybody else have something? I know somebody's got something. Yeah, that bitch Jinx, you're saying you would never let your kids feel like that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead, Morphin.
Hey, so I lived in motels for quite some time, and here's the thing. I watched not only the parents not send their kids to school, some of them would get on a bus from the motel. However, some of these kids were actively not in school at all. And they were little kids. Like, obviously, they needed to be there, you know? A big thing was, like Kit Kat said, pulling kids out of school and saying they're homeschooling, and then these kids are dirty. You can tell that they're not taken care of whatsoever. And then the other thing is that it's so prevalent to see rug use, to see S work. You know, there's so many things going on there, to the point that I actively watched a 14-year-old get into that lifestyle. And it's like, I have a nice apartment. Like, I saved up for months and months. You know, I worked my butt off, and I've had it for 5 years, thank God. However, we live in front of a housing project, and no shame to anyone. However, there's kids outside now until 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. They're actively being arrested for, one of them attacked a police officer. Another one had a pew-pew. Like, there's just so many things going on that it significantly makes it worse when they're going into these motels, right? So even the fact that some of these hotels are being utilized by shelters, it's still going on there. Like, they give you a set of rules that, like, you can't use, you can't drink, you can't do this, you can't do that, but it's all still going on. And then these kids are being groomed to live that exact lifestyle. Because that's all they know. You're a product of environment, you know? Unless you grow up and say, hey, I'm not going to be like this. You know, but that very seldomly happens. Like, you see it all of the time in these different neighborhoods, in these different hotel areas. It's just the same thing all of the time. And that's how a lot of those kids end up in the positions they're at, or they're being abused just in so many different ways. And it's bizarre to me how people can't even keep a hotel room clean. You know what I mean? Like, how are you so busy in the 24 hours you're given every day that you can't feed your kids, give them a bath, brush their hair, you can't get socks on them, they're running outside of the room. I know everybody's probably seeing that from time to time, whether it be the news or whatever, but kids go missing from these hotels constantly. And it's bizarre to me. I mean, there was a story about a mom. It was here on TikTok. I saw it. She had sold her daughter. She was like 2 or 3, something like that. She sold her over like $100 debt, and then she was found unsubscribed. You know, it's like I can't imagine how these people are going every day not wanting to be better or do better, you know? And that's the same thing with the, like, S offenders, and that's why I bring it up all the time in here, because it's like, people are like, oh man, I feel so bad, like, they were abused as a child, like, they went through it, and then they turn into the same monster. Come on now. That's insane to me. And likewise, it's insane that those S offenders are coming out and living in these motels that people are putting their kids in.
Yeah.
You can look it up on so many different registries. You know what I mean? There's so many offenders that get out and they go and that's their address. So you're actively raising your kids in an environment that you know is ridden with rug use, with these offenders, with, you know, work of that nature. And they don't care as long as they're doing what they need to. I think just a lot of people didn't really want the kids, or they don't have the mental capacity to take care of them after they have them. You know, it's bizarre, but like, you can get help. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many resources. Just like they get into these shelters and get these motel rooms paid for free. They offer resources for mental health, for detox, for, you know, different things. And it's like, it's better to let your kids go to either maybe foster care or a group home or something of that nature while you get yourself together and get them back, because that's the whole ideal for it, or idea. It's reunification. You know what I mean? They don't want the kids in the system forever. They would rather the parent get their crap together, but it's like you see them go to court or not go to court and they just disappear. They don't care. It's really sad.
Sometimes I wonder, especially in the case of Stephanie Jenkins. Well, Stephanie Thompson. Real quick, please like the live, please share the live, and if you can't contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart meal and please subscribe. I wonder sometimes if she would just rather not have the kids. Is she trying to lose the kids? Like, it kind of seemed like she was trying to, the stuff she was doing when the whole, custody thing was happening between Drew and Desiree. It seemed like she was purposely doing things that were against court order. It was almost like she wanted to just go ahead and get rid of Deshaun instead of like just saying I want to get rid of him because she didn't want to look like a monster. You know what I'm saying? It looked like she was doing stuff on purpose. I wonder if some of it, if a little bit of it, is she doesn't actually want them kids.
You would think, and then the fact that unfortunately with the court system, they would prefer to leave these kids in a situation when there's well-documented proof that they're showing every single day to millions of people. And it's also bizarre to me that, somebody said previously, if she is not actively in that lifestyle, that she loses the money and the content. But it's a shame to me that that's what everybody wants to watch, right? Like you're watching the abuse of children nonstop, day in and day out, but you wouldn't support her if she was like, hey, I'm going to go get a job right now. Hey, I'm going to go get birth control. Hey, I'm going to,
Well, like actually, a lot of people were saying, like, go do that. Like, a lot of people were like, please leave Drew. Please go do this, go do that. The people will support you because they want to see her do better.
Yeah.
She was just refusing.
You would think. You would think that somebody in that situation, if you want to do better, you're going to do better. That's just bottom line. Like if you want to be in a motel, you're going to be in a motel. If you don't, you're going to actively save and work and bust your butt to put your kids in a better situation with or without a man, which she clearly doesn't need that one. That's for sure, let alone any man at all. Like you shouldn't be, in my opinion, you shouldn't be dating or, actively trying to be in a relationship when you have no job, when you have no stability, when you have no, even emotional availability for your children because you keep having them and exploiting them. Like it's a really bad cycle and it's nonstop. And I really just think it's gonna keep going, of course, because people are supporting it, people are watching it, and it's gonna happen regardless if the internet is there or not, because a lot of us have been through it, It's just like, luckily, the 100, 200, 300 people that are in here, I'm so glad that they can, listen to what you're saying because you're advocating for kids, for women, for the people in this situation. But it's like, unfortunately, you're not hitting these millions of views every single night like somebody in that position abusing a child. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's disgusting.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Sebastian.
Right. Y'all know my situation with, like, my ex-landlord and whatnot. But am I just sitting on my ass in a motel room, not doing nothing? I packed up that entire 2-bedroom apartment by myself because he's got to work. Nobody's going to hire me right now because I'm literally about to push a human being out of my... Best believe after baby is born, I'm going to do my damnedest to get a job and get us in a better situation than we are now. How she can just sit there and not better herself for her kids. I know what y'all are talking about. It pisses me off.
No, it's really messed up.
I don't know why anybody's posting their kids online because people are creeps.
But that...
And 2, you should want to make yourself better for your children. At some point, we become adults. At some point, we have to stop blaming our parents for our issues that we're not willing to work on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Those kids, Pink Tea was just talking about how, yeah, that little one, the newest baby, was born and then immediately homeless. Yeah, like a week or two later. I remember that.
No,
Born and then immediately homeless. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah,
The baby was a congratulations for being viral baby, I guess. They just decide to hunch. Like,
well, now the stuff with my old landlord has become a class action lawsuit
mm-hmm,
because of all the fraud that's going on.
mm-hmm.
Even though they're USDA housing, money orders and stuff were disappearing, all that's become a class action lawsuit.
Mm.
They have black mold in the apartments.
That's really gross. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
There is sewage gas coming into one of my neighbor's apartments.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't do that. That's not on her. That's a
Mm-hmm.
ventilation issue.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is the responsibility of the property.
Mm-hmm. That is
So,
dangerous.
I'm honestly glad we ended up getting, evicted from that place because, really bad for a newborn.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was that bad when we moved in. But, I'm going to bust my ass to make sure that my kids are taken care of and better their situation, better mine, because that's what a parent does.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. You can be right and still be wrong, so I love the content. I just feel the overall goal could be... What the fuck are you talking about, Thankful? What are you talking about, Thankful? You can be right and still be wrong. Love the content, but I feel the overall goal could... What is this?
Tarnished by negativity.
Tarnished by negativity?
He doesn't
What
want you
the
exposing
fuck?
abusers
Nope,
to
hold on a
mental
second.
health.
Hold on a second. Thankful? Fuck off. Fuck off. What in the fuck is positive about child abuse? What is positive about child abuse? What is positive? You want to explain? Come on up here and explain then. Come on up here and explain. Because this isn't going to work out very well in the comments.
I'm gonna mute up.
Because I don't like that. Thankful, come up. I sent you an invitation. I don't have the patience right now. Unless you're going to come up. You got 5 seconds or I'm going to mute you. I'm not even counting down. Alright, muted. I don't have time for this shit today.
In an earlier comment, he had said you would make. Hey, Mama's talking. He said you would make a great judge, but you shouldn't headhunt males anymore. So I said, what do you mean? She shouldn't expose abusers? Is that what you mean? She's gonna keep doing that. So maybe you'll make your own content.
That's done. Alright, oh, hold on. Who's got the screaming demon?
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. This is in the background.
Please like the live. Please share the live. And if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart meme. Please subscribe. Listen. The kids have no sense of safety or boundaries at all. Okay? That whole motel living, there's no privacy. There's no safety. The kid, and by safety, I'm talking about emotional safety. The kids are going to see the parents cry, argue, and struggle. We see that played out in real time online. What you got, Thankful?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
What you got, Thankful?
Okay, the first thing, I had just got on and whoever Kit Kat. I without even seeing what was going on or listening from the past experiences, I wrote, "You would make a great judge." I think you'll make a great judge as far as you being fair, positive, and all that you're doing. When I said I wouldn't want
Kit Kat, don't do that. Let him talk.
right. So I said I would, with what you're doing, I wouldn't want what you're doing to be tarnished by it seeming like you're just headhunting males. To basically say, if you're trying to do something that's right, you would have males, females, children, everyone, whoever would try to help or support. But there's some people that once they hit and get a
Moving on. Moving on. So the kids are going to be seeing, I don't know what he is, but he's a dumb motherfucker. And doesn't like headhunting males. What is wrong with these men? You know what? We're not even on this shit today. But I am so fucking tired of fucking XY chromosome fucking apes coming up in my damn life. Upset because I'm talking about abusers. He's upset because my content is trying to separate women from their abusers. What an idiot. What is wrong with y'all? Because what happens, we're talking about something completely different today, but he wants to come up in here and squall because he feels bad like I'm headhunting males. I'm headhunting abusers. I'm headhunting abusers. But what he's actually saying is he believes that men in general are abusive. Maybe he is right. Maybe he's right. Maybe generally men are abusive. Could that be true? It must be true. Because all these fucking squalling ass dudes coming up here upset because I am trying to get women away from their goddamn manipulators so that they can lead a decent life and have things for themselves and not have to be up under a dude that's just trying to like steal all their joy, finances, mental health, happiness, all that shit. It must be most of them then. Damn it. But that's not ever what I said. But I don't even care about that because today we're talking about the fact that we got all these mamas. We got all these parents making content off the backs of their abused babies. Instead of bringing the babies, hey Medusa, instead of bringing the babies into a situation when they're able to. When they're able to get their children up out of the situation, instead of doing that, they are keeping them in perpetual madness for views. These are human lives. These are human lives that are having to grow up in this nonsense. It's not fair to put children in this situation. It is not fair. It is not fair to put the kids in adult situations as if they've got a say. They don't have a say in anything. They are along for the ride, and it's not right. It's not right.
Okay, here I am. So if you haven't followed my story, you know, I divorced a RSO for CSA crimes.
Hello?
Moved 850 miles away. And, I mean, I'm doing everything I can to make sure that my daughter, you know, is living a better life. And he kept on harassing me after I got the sole custody and sole everything, no contact. And I finally wrote a letter from my state email address to the head of the Department of Colorado Corrections. And I said, look, he is still victimizing me, and he needs to stop. And it finally stopped. I'm now 3 weeks no contact, and I'm just over the moon. And the one thing that bugs me the most is that he said, I'm not hurting him. This is not about me. It's about hurting our daughter. You know, like, how is me keeping her away from you hurting her? You know, you're a predator. I'm keeping her safe. And that's the mentality that they have, is that they can push their way in. It's just sick.
Jessica, how long have you been fighting this with your ex?
So I filed for divorce in Colorado January of 24. They wanted me to supervise visitation at my house. 2 hours every week for till she's 18. I said no, and me being the paralegal I am, I dismissed the divorce. I convinced him that I would be better off moving to Nevada. Waited till I established residency out here. Finally got sole custody out here, I want to say in August. And he just finally 3 weeks ago stopped harassing me.
Jessica, now I gotta ask you a question, girl.
Ask me.
Because don't you have videos where you went and flew over there to see him?
Yeah, so before the divorce was finalized, the agreement that me and him came to was that I was going to fly out there, you know, and so me wanting to show the courts that, hey, I'm doing my co-parenting part, you know, like co-parenting with this man is impossible, and I'm not going to do it. And so when I flew out there for a separate matter, I was testifying in another case. You know, like part of the agreement was that we'd fly out there and see you, but then he blocked me when we flew out there. So I was like, oh, what kind of co-parent is this? You know, so yeah, I used that for the courts. Like, he doesn't even want a co-parent because he blocked me when we were in Colorado. Okay. You know what I mean?
Another question, Jessica.
Yep.
Weren't you just, like, last month making posts about him? Weren't you sending him text messages basically harassing him about a month ago?
Yeah, every day that he would send me stuff asking to see her, I would send him a hateful message of why, you know, I'm not doing this with you. Yep.
No. I'm talking about the TikTok posts you were making, Jessica.
Yeah, that I hate my ex every day. Send a text message.
Jessica.
He got through the Verizon block. Verizon had him completely on a carrier block, and he was still getting through. He had somebody hack into my Google account and was asking me if I would actually send him photos that were in my gallery that him or nobody knew about of our daughter. His family has cyber stalked my TikTok account. I mean, you know, and so yeah, I've kind of made it.
No. Y'all don't understand. Jessica. Now I'm gonna go ahead and where are my folks at? I got one mod here. I don't think Momo's here. Is Mandy in here? Is Mandy in here? Mandy is in here. Momo, baby. Momo, I love you. Momo is in here. Restless is in here. I think. And Restless is in here. The crew is in here. Y'all, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and do this now. Jessica, you are full of fucking shit, girl. You're full of shit. And you've been on some bullshit for a while. And what sucks about it, you talk out of both sides of your fucking neck, girl. You want that dude. For real. For realsies. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You want that motherfucker.
No, I don't.
Jessica. And it isn't just that. Jessica. And on top of that, you came up in here. Some of the shit you do, Jessica, is fucked. And I don't understand. When my computer died and the community like came together and got me a computer, now suddenly you're kind of talking shit because nobody helped you with your GoFundMe that you took down. That nobody knew about.
3 months ago.
Hold on. And that ain't it. And then the other day, you came in my live talking about how you had packed up. Y'all, please like the live. Please share the live. And if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart me and please subscribe. But the other day, you came in the live. And you were talking about how you were moving all your shit into your car. And the first thing everybody wanted to do was set up a GoFundMe for you. That was the very first thing. Because everybody was worried because you got that little girl with you and nobody wanted to see y'all in a bad way. You weren't even evicted. We don't know if you were moving out. You are 36 years old, acting like you don't know how shit works. Talking about you're in the sun, moving all the shit out of your apartment. Into your car, talking about you and your baby are going to have to live in your goddamn car. I clocked it immediately, Jessica, because I sussed you out a couple months ago. I was hoping you would cut the shit. You got Restless Dreamer over here losing his mind trying to help you find a job immediately. You got people ready to ride for you at dawn. There are people that really, I don't know why you do this. I don't know why you did it. And now you're coming up here for sympathy over a man that you actually want. You want that man. Yeah, he's a chomo, but you still want him. You got posts on your shit right now. Me as an investigator, I knew what I was looking at. You're upset because that man didn't want to see you. You're talking about now he's harassing you. Your ass is harassing him because you want him. I don't know whether you're coming or going, but that's too much goddamn confusion for me. What I can't stand is the fact that there are real people in need. There are people in need. And you're using the fact that you got that little girl. Everybody was scared and losing their shit. And you weren't even getting evicted. Rent wasn't even due. And then what did you do? You posted some shit yesterday talking about, I got the rent. Girl. Why? Why are you doing this? Why do you do that? That's too much. That is too much. That's too much. Grow up. Grow the fuck up and stop. Yeah, trying to take advantage of people for help. You got Restless Dreamer over there busting a gasket. Momo is recovering from surgery. She's worried. All of us are worried. Well, except me. All of them are worried but me because I knew what's been going on. DMing me about cryptocurrency, money, bullshit. Somebody sent you some money. Just a bunch of weird shit. Just a bunch of weird shit. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that shit. Well, Kel's joy. No. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, the eviction story was weird because it didn't make no fucking sense. Who's gonna pick up all their shit and move it into a car with their baby? And no, don't do that. I don't know what you got going on, but no. Mm-mm. Uncool. I don't know. Uncool.
Hi.
Hey, honey.
I'm not sure if you're keeping up with the comments, but poor Momo says she got a message from her 2 days ago saying she had a headache and couldn't see out of the blue. Hi, y'all.
Hey.
Like you said, it's real life. There's real life people out here that are in desperate need of help. And I never got the sense of urgency from her. I got the sense of opportunity from her. I agree, because it's women like me who get on panels like this and completely understand the frustration in every woman. Because I experienced a situation where I was homeless, and you have to have a plan. You have to stick to it. You have to get out. Try to think about those kids before you think about yourself. And so I never exploited the situation. I waited until we got out of that situation to then be able to talk about it, you know? Like, people who really are genuinely experiencing that type of situation aren't focused on making a buck off of it or exploiting it, or, you know, I don't know. It's just so hard for me to even comprehend. That's how frustrating it is, because how? Like, I couldn't even look at my children. I still to this day, you know, even being out of that situation, I still to this day have that guilt and have to pray over my children so that doesn't affect them when they get older, because just because we're out that situation does not negate the fact that they would have to deal with that later, their own way. And not only did I have 4 children, I was pregnant
During the summer.
And I heard Kit Kat talking about resources. Yes, there are resources, but unfortunately they were not obtainable for a person who was experiencing domestic violence, who was forced to run and constantly have to end her, you know, her leases, and it was just so much. But even then, I never got comfortable. You never let things nasty. I could never live in a nasty environment, no matter if we were in a tent. It wouldn't matter. It does matter how long you have these children in that situation. It does matter how you're upkeeping these children. I had police drive past me and help me because my kids didn't even look like they were homeless. They didn't smell like they were homeless. They didn't talk. They didn't. You couldn't tell because the energy was different. My kids didn't feel the storm, even though they knew that we were in one. So it really frustrates me seeing women do this to their children. Like, it does. Because there's women who are losing children, who have lost children, who want children. Like, you as an adult, you have no excuse. I have no excuse. I, as an adult, even though my landlord was a slime and he wanted to sleep with me, and I chose integrity, that means I chose the challenge to get my kids up out of that situation as well, and I did. So there's no excuse. People they're choosing this for themselves. They're choosing this for these children, and it's really unfortunate. And that's all I got to say.
I'm so
thank you. You are completely right about everything you said. I'm okay with being taught. I'm always okay with learning, and I'm okay with sitting and taking accountability. Yeah, yes, you are right. My children deserve better. Yes, you are right, and that's why they are receiving better.
That's what parents do.
And they learn from you. They learn from you. They in fact learn from you. All right, well, my mom was faced with this situation. She handled it this way. Okay, boom. But it's just, yeah, it's unfortunate. But thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
I have this baby who made it through me through the storm, y'all. His name is Noble.
Oh.
And he is thriving. He's 8 months now. And, girl, I didn't know me and him was going to make it. Like, we was in the heat in the summer. I couldn't eat. It was, you're right. I did everything and anything that we, as a team, did anything and everything to get us out of that situation. We wasn't worried about handouts. We wasn't worried about posting GoFundMe's, no nothing. It was just tunnel vision. Like, it was too real to even be worried about people on the outside looking in.
Even though if you need to do a GoFundMe, which I'm understanding now because my community made me do one. My computer died in the middle of a live. Oh, Jessica done left. Good girl. Gotta go. That shit was fuck.
Yeah,
That had
I
me
had to
pissed
speak
off.
on that because I understood your frustration. It kind of frustrated me. So I'm like, girl, I guess women out here like me who deserved that type of help.
Yes.
And didn't receive it.
Yes.
So to see somebody receiving it who didn't utilize it the correct way, like, girl.
Or no, she was trying to get it. She was trying to get it, but and I'm just like, hold on a second. But no, she didn't have nothing to say. Cause what can she say, Isha? She can't say nothing.
I would have accepted it though. I would have been like, you right. Like, just accept it. Like, it's okay to change. It's okay to be wrong. Like, I don't get that. I don't get that. What's not okay is to continue to be wrong. That's the thing.
No, that shit was wild. I did not. We've been sitting there trying, but this last thing, I think that opened up everybody's eyes.
My story is on my page though. You'll see,
Mm-hmm.
you'll probably see my daughter comment because she even commented because I got love, but I got more so hate after posting, our experience. But you live and you learn.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Restless Dreamer's having a hard time in the chat trying to figure out what to... He's typing stuff. It ain't coming out right.
I just gotta say really, really quick. Miss May, I just respect you and your journey. Because like you said, you could have done things. And you should. Second, the thing that really pissed me off is Russell's like, stop here. I'm not working for $14 an hour. If me and my kids were facing homelessness, I would be in the trash cans, like picking up them plastic bottles that pay next to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at that point, you have to hustle. You have to do what you have to do. You got to start from the bottom again sometimes. But just refusing $14 an hour, it's either zero or you can make $14 an hour.
And
everybody to come together and give her a chunk of money.
Let's not talk about just money though. Let's talk about money management. Like, you have irresponsible mothers too who don't know how to manage their money, and then that goes into play too. You have to have a plan. You have to know how to manage your money. It's just a lot of things that go into play when it's just.
Well, but that's the thing, because with her, I don't know. Well, real quick, please like the live. Please share the live. And if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart me and please subscribe. I'm not sure how much stuff was real and what wasn't. But, yeah, the thing with, like, her ex-husband, yeah, he might have been a chomo, but she was in love with him. Which was evident by her posts and her behavior.
My 4 children is my ex-husband, and he is no contact.
Mm-hmm.
The ex-boyfriend that I was running away from, he was just the boyfriend. He wasn't the father of the 4 children. But like I said, no excuses. Get out, go, choose your children, do what you need to do, braid hair, dig into whatever you can do.
Yeah, well, then that's another thing too. So, this right here, well, this is my job, but this is a hustle, okay? I'm busting my ass all the time. I don't think I've ever seen her, she, decided to go with my agency, go live. I don't think I've ever seen a single live of hers. I don't know if she has. And she's complaining about stuff. So I'm like, what are you actually doing? Like, you're not trying. Is any of that stuff even true? Are you actually having a hard time like you're saying? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, that was straight up manipulation coming in here the other day talking about, I'm moving my kid in my car. I'm moving out of my apartment. The rent wasn't even due. We asked her and she was like, well, I'm just moving my stuff out because I know I can't pay. What?
And she knew what kind of people that are in your life. She knew that in this room, like, what's the first thing one of the people said? Women helping women.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And you have this little girl, and you're moving into a car, and you have not even missed rent yet, let alone get an eviction notice. Was so bizarre.
Yeah, but I think she figured. Hold on a second. I think she figured because my community bought me a computer that they're gonna make sure that she's not homeless with her little girl. She was talking like that shit was weird. She was like half, oh, I'm sorry, Pink T. I thought you changed your mind and was trying to come up here. Yeah. She, everything was getting weird, like because I didn't want to do the GoFundMe for the computer. These guys know my story. They basically twisted my arm. Mandy was just like, oh goodness, you were in an accident. Oh shit. Oh, it was an accident wrestling with your baby. Okay. I'm sorry, Pinksy. No, but like Mandy had to twist my arm. They were twisting my arm about the computer and was like, do the GoFundMe. I was like, oh, I didn't want to. And like that woman was part of the crew, so she knew what was going on, and she saw, because I was updating everybody about how much was going into the fund, and she saw how fast it was going, and then she starts making weird complaints, and then she's in the Discord chat making weird comments in the Discord and stuff, just little stuff, and I'm just like, okay, I don't know. But I don't know, that the other day, that really did piss me off. Yeah, there is a Discord. Mandy, were you about to say something? I'm sorry. Did I cut you off? I don't know if I did.
No, I was. Miss May was just saying something, and I was just like agreeing with her. But that's it. Cause like it was just certain. Look, I don't want to tell too much, but there's sometimes when certain things happen, we kind of like. Not you, because you're in here, you're busy. But the rest of us, gang, like, what do you think about this? Like, we called on very early. I'm like, I hope y'all peeping this, because. And then they're like, oh, I didn't want to say it. Everyone thought it, but nobody wanted to say it. And I was like, I'm saying that shit because I knew what time it was. As soon as she said about the computer, and then she had one, and she's like, nobody's donating to mine. It was little drops like that. She always said, I can't get anyone to donate to mine. I can't get anyone to donate to mine.
It triggered me to just go. It triggered me. Let me give you some realness on how to do it for real. It triggered me. It did.
Yeah, she was being weird. But yeah, that Thank you, Lolo. Yeah, that was weird. I did not like that. But then yeah, coming up here, and then she's about to make another sob story. I just couldn't take it anymore. Talking about her ex-husband is harassing her. No, she's harassing that motherfucker. She is straight up harass. She had this whole thing like about to harass that motherfucker through text over the course of a week. I was like, please don't do that. Stop doing that. Don't do that. What are you doing?
Her face says it all. And when you were like, oh, is the crew in here? Yep, they're in here. I was like, yeah. I knew you were like done. I was like, yeah, she's about to get her.
Can we talk about a topic though? I mean, you mentioned children going to school smelling some type of way, or their homes being in filth, right? And yeah, I second that. I don't.
That is wild to me. Yeah, it's like, do you just
school smelling, going to that I'm the one who had no pairs of socks, holes in my socks, and I smelled like pee and musty, and unfortunately I grew up without somebody giving me spray or deodorant teaching me those things. So yeah, it's a lot. I'm telling you, it's a lot.
I'm so sorry. That
children deserve better. These children do deserve better.
Absolutely. And it's crazy because now we're doing this stuff online. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now, you know what I'm saying?
It's not content. A dirty house is not content. A filthy home is not content. Parenting is not content. I'm sorry. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah, and who said that? LK is perfectly imperfect. Yeah, absolutely. It's not the kid's fault either. Yeah, it's not the kid's fault, but the kids pay the price, don't they? The kids end up paying the price. They're socially... I wonder, Miss May, if you don't mind talking about it, what did your experience as a kid, like what you were just talking about, what did that do to you socially?
Socially, you know what it did. I mean, you kind of guess. You kind of guess what it did. I mean, you have self-esteem. You have the attitude changes. You have so it makes you very much so antisocial. You'll basically make you think like you're the problem We're not the problem because it's just a general problem, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it'll really damage you in some ways, but it'll also build you. The right person, if you have the right journey. My journey is personal, you know, as an individual, me, I did the work, the healing work. So as far as me as a person now,
mm-hmm.
it just makes me more of a aware parent, a more present parent. You know, I experienced what I did not want for me or my children.
Yeah.
So that I do know what I do want for me and my children, if you catch my drift. So now, you know, it just taught me, basically, you know, how to be a better parent. You know, you have these people who say, I don't want to turn out like this parent, but they end up turning up like that person, or
mm-hmm.
turning up just like that person who abused them, or, you know, basically showed them some type of negative aspect of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing my best to, heal those parts of myself and look at those deepest parts of myself and change that.
Yeah.
But basically, my girls have more than me. They have more lip gloss. They have more deodorant. They have more sprays. My boys do too. They have everything plus more. I think it just makes you overdo it. A good positive thing it'll do for you is just make you overdo it as a parent. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't have it, you're gonna overdo it for your kid. If you didn't know it, you're gonna make sure your kid knew it, basically. So yeah.
I'm glad things have gotten better for you. Please like the live. Please share the live. And if you can contribute to the live goal, that'll be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart me and please subscribe. What's going on, Shaky?
Hey.
Hey.
So I heard Miss May talk about this, and y'all have heard a little bit about my past, about my dad, so obviously I grew up poor. But I also grew up in abject poverty. We lived out of motels and stuff a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I relate to what she said about not having clean clothes, having like one pair of shoes that's supposed to last me a full year, never having food. And that, I don't think people realize how isolating it is for a child to grow up poor, especially extremely poor. Like, you can't enjoy any activities because you ain't got no money. And then half the time, and unfortunately, I'm not saying every poor parent isn't a good parent. That ain't true.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also this thing of, like, if your parent isn't willing to put in the extra work to make up for that, that's where you end up just suffering.
Uh-huh.
And that's where I'm like, I think... I don't want to be mean, but I also think a lot of people give too much grace to people who are in these situations, who live out of a motel with a bunch of kids and are posting it online grifting, or like people who are doing all this. And I'm like, you're just showing us you're literally neglecting and abusing your kid, and I'm supposed to, cheer you on?
Exactly.
Clap, clap?
Exactly.
Am I supposed to be like, oh, you're not a bad mom because your kids live in 3 inches of dirt and trash?
Mm-hmm.
No, you are. You are a bad mother.
Yeah, that stuff makes me upset. It's like, quit trying to normalize it. Quit trying to normalize it.
Like, I had a mom who had dogs in the house and she let pee and poop everywhere. And even in my shoes, on clothes, we would go. I remember one day I went to school and everyone's like, oh, somebody stinks. And then I realized that my shoes had been peed in.
Oh.
And it was my only pair of shoes. So I'm walking around all day in shoes that smelled like dog pee.
And
it's like that type of thing, like what Miss May said, it is socially isolating. It is extremely socially isolating when you smell, or when your clothes are dirty, or when you've got holes, you're wearing the same pair of pants for days in a row.
Right.
It's socially isolating, and it's sad. But I just really agree that we should not normalize it. We should not sit here and commend these women for doing not even the bare minimum.
Nope, and apologize to these children too.
Yes, please apologize.
Yep.
And actually actively make it up too. Actively.
Yep.
I swear it's
And I'm
hard. It is doable. Oh, my daughter is right here too. My eldest, the one who experienced that unfortunate, life-changing situation. If you wanted to ask her one question or two, she's right here.
Oh, I don't want to ask children questions. I'm sorry.
No, she's just an aware child, and
No.
the situation, like you said,
It's okay. It's okay. We don't need to put the babies up here. We don't need to put the babies up here.
She said, nah.
No.
Not the social.
No. We don't need to do that.
She's aware. She sees that her mom, You got it? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh, man. Restless. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Oh, Flockin, I am so sorry. Yeah, there's too many kids.
It would have been nice to get a child's opinion. I know it's heavy, but it's healthy, and the world needs to know, like, it's real. I know it's challenging for you guys, and it's probably hard for you guys to be open to that, but how will we know if nobody is real?
Oh, well, my thing about it is, I just don't talk to kids. Because, okay, the way that I run my lives, because I was a victim advocate back when I was law enforcement, so like when people come up here and they're sharing their experiences and stuff, especially if it has to do with like abuse and whatnot, I try to make sure that the environment is as safe as possible. But I have no clue professionally how to speak to children. I have never had that training. I've never had to do it. And so I cannot guarantee safety for a child in here because I don't know how. So I don't feel comfortable speaking to children.
Okay, that's understandable.
You understand?
But I just want you to know that she has been prepared for certain things like that. Especially like this, especially in a public setting.
Yeah. I'm not comfortable doing it because I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
Platforms and what I do on other platforms, so she's very much aware. But thank you for mentioning that. Now that I know.
Yeah, that's just for me personally, because like, yeah, my sister on the other hand has been trained in talking to children, not me. I don't know how to talk to kids. I don't know anything about that.
Right now, not this platform. She's a teenager.
Yeah, still a child.
No, I'm answering the question from Isabella.
Yeah.
Oh, which baby?
So, I had a lot of the same experiences, but here's kind of like where mine varies a little bit. My mom did a side hustle where she so obviously back when I was young, like the internet wasn't like a big thing, but she wrote a community column for the local newspaper, and so she would write about like things, like she would write about us, and she did things like exposed us, like the parent who's exposing like her children on social media. And so like then we had to go to school, and like everybody's parents and the teachers and whatnot had read like whatever she thought was funny, that we didn't have like any socks or anything like that, and like all of that, and like she made us out to be like the enemy. Like she was like, I'm the single mother and these children steal my socks, and then I don't have any socks to wear, like, and we were young, like elementary age. And I remember like, and she would just like put all these sob stories on how we were these horrible children because we took our socks to wear to school because we didn't have any socks and stuff like that. And like I just remember like getting picked on so bad, like because like I had no control over all of those situations being so young. And then like she'd write these community articles thinking that she was being hysterical and relatable, that everybody was the same. And, like, I thought, like, oh, like out of nowhere, then I go to school the next day and, like, I get picked on, and then people would say, like, kids' parents had told them about it, and kids would say things like, well, at least my parents love me, and things like that. And, like, so as far as people putting, like, their kids on social media, like, while they're out, like, having a rough time parenting and, like, trying to make it the norm, like, or just being like, this is how we live, like, your kids are getting eaten alive, and, like, of course they can't go back. Like, anytime I had said anything to my mom, like, don't put this in the newspaper for everybody in the area to see, or don't put my name out there, or, like, because she really, like, in her own worldview, like, it was totally fine. Like, she was totally relatable. She was hilarious. Like, it made, it was unreal. Like, she definitely had some issues, but, like, then to her, like, when I'd say something, she'd cry, and she'd be like, I'm doing the best I can. Like it was some sort of right she had because we belonged to her, for her to humiliate us, even though she didn't, not only was she not providing what we needed, but, like, we didn't have, like, laundry in the house and things like that, and we didn't have socks and, clean clothes and things like that. And then she went and pointed it out to the entire community and the schools and the teachers and whatnot. And then, like, we got ostracized even further for it. So it was, like, drawing more attention to it. And I feel like that, like, with everybody on social media, like, these kids have to go to school or in their communities. And I think that's got to be really awful for them. Like, it was bad enough for, like, with the news, like, with the local newspaper. So that's just my 2 cents on it.
I'm so sorry that, God. It's like, what do you call that? I wish we had a therapist in here, because that's got to be called something.
Well, I mean, it was definitely exploitive.
Yes. But I mean, like, what kind of abuse is that? Like, it's like, you're not even thinking about what'll happen to the children when they leave your house. What they're going to have to deal with when they go out there. And then you try to talk to them about it, and then they flip their shit.
Yeah, she was just so, she just acted so unaware. Like, she wrote about, like, the fact that, I asked the doctors and how selfish that was, and, like, I got the crap beat out of me because I was sick and it was inconvenient for her as a single mom, and, like, how she had to, like, how I needed to learn priorities of the family, and how, like, how dare I, like, be sick and asked to go to the doctors. Like, meanwhile, I had a broken bone and she just didn't take me. Like, we're not talking, like, a little cough or something. Like, I had a broken bone, and she was like, how dare you? Like, what? Like, can't tell I'm busy.
That is neglect, and that's the problem.
Oh, can we hold on a second, Miss May? Let's please let Serenity finish her thought, please. Thank you. Real quick, please like the live, please share the live, and if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heartbeat and please subscribe. Go ahead, Serenity.
Well, I mean, it was abuse and neglect, and I mean, everybody saw it and everybody knew. And my sister and I were just like, as we got older, we're like, why did everybody know? And it was blatantly obvious, and why didn't anybody stop it? And as we asked these questions, everybody said, well, pretty much, like, it wasn't our business.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But God.
But she was so bold enough to, like, literally publish it in the paper with our names and her photo.
That's so terrible.
I'm sorry.
I just want to say I'm so sorry. That's why I'm unmuting. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that, Serenity. That is something that no child should ever have to go through at all. My mom was very similar and was diagnosed with covert narcissism, so I would look into that. But that's all I wanted to say, and then I'll let you continue. Sorry, I just wanted to deeply, from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry you had to deal with that.
Yeah, I've done a lot of counseling, and like I broke the cycle, but my sister was never able to. But like, just as far as like all the people who watched like the serious injuries over the years and things like that, like I see things like that now, and obviously I don't watch those videos or anything, but like those videos are on the internet forever, and those kids will never be able to escape them. Like, and I'm sure their friends see them, or people who are very much not their friends, and their teachers and the school districts, and yeah.
Being bullied, maybe? Affect them in that way, maybe?
Oh, absolutely, but I mean forever, like, and that's also going to make them feel like they deserve less in a relationship because they're tarnished, because, like, when you don't have, like, a supportive family to come from, like, or something like that, you often feel like you deserve less, and when there's proof that, like, people have always treated you like less, men, like, especially will also be like, oh, well, you're already damaged goods, so, you know.
I'm glad you brought that up. Because one of the things that really pissed me off about Miss Stephanie Thompson, do y'all remember that video where she told one of her daughters, it was over donuts, she told one of her daughters that you better get used to disappointment.
What?
I mean, I don't know.
Because it was over donuts. It was over like her oh shoot. Hang on a second real quick. Crap. My son has made it. They had an early day. Hold on a sec. And my daughter's butt is probably still in her room. Hold up. Pick up. She's on the other side of this wall. Hey.
Fucking.
Where are you? Are you outside?
Hello?
Are you outside?
Yes.
Oh, never mind. God, why are you talking to me like that?
Because it's windy.
Oh, well, I just wanted to let you know that your brother, it looks like he just got dropped off at the bus stop.
Yeah, Will, say hi to Mom. Hi, Mom.
Oh, hey, dude. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, 1146 B.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm all stop giving identifying markers. Shush.
Okay.
All right, I'll see y'all in a second.
That took long.
I'm in the stop.
Bye.
Bye. Shit. Y'all. Shit. OPSEC. Terrible. Anyway, sorry about that, y'all. I know, I'm like, kids, shut the fuck up. Giving out information. Anyway.
It really is your own kids.
Yeah, it is. It always is. These kids suck. I got my dad doxing me. My little brother tried to dox me. I forgot I can mute you guys. That is true. I'll do that next time. What's going on, Reese? You changed your profile picture just now? That's not a profile picture. That's a video. What are you doing?
That's a stand doll from South Park.
What you got? Yeah. Are you good? Okay. I guess it's an early day for some other folks. Let's see, Toka Boka, did you wanna come up, Toka? You can come up now. Reese, I'm Okay. Reese, I'm gonna mute you.
Okay, but I'll finish off and then I'll jump down. So what I was saying is, so when that first guy came along, like, I accepted, like, the bar being in hell because it was better than what I'd known my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And just because it was better doesn't mean it was good by any stretch of the imagination.
Exactly. I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like, yeah, like what these parents are doing, like with, you know, Stephanie telling her daughter, get used to disappointment over some donuts. It's like you're training your children how to, you know, keep themselves down.
Yeah, my mom's always like, oh, no man's gonna want you because you have a messy bedroom or this, that, and the other thing. Like, littlest things, like, you're never gonna be wanted because this, that, and the other. Like, tiny little things, and so, yeah.
Yeah. Hope is saying.
Well. All right, well, take care. I'm gonna jump down here.
Thank you so much for sharing, Serenity. Toka Boca, how's it going?
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I kind of got, I guess, multiple things. I grew up with childhood trauma, and a lot of the things as I've been sitting here listening to this is just like really heavy on my heart. I did break generational curses. I did make mistakes learning the hard way, but I guess I saw in your comments, and it's like, I'm going to try not to cry when I say this, but you know how they say it takes a village to have around you to be able to raise your babies.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a girls' home, and I try so hard every day. And to see that individual come on your platform and not hold herself accountable and take truth that was coming from you crushed me. Truth is hard to accept, I feel, for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Take your time, Toka. It's okay. Take your time.
I'm in a current situation where I have a child that is pushing back a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't, it's like you try to wrap your head around it because I didn't want to give my children the life I had, and I didn't want to be what my parents were not for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just yesterday we were at the psychiatrist, and we were there for 4.5 hours total between several appointments. And I come home, I've been married 22 years, but he's a great provider. But I feel like it's the things that are lacking that we're suffering in are the things that my child is struggling with.
Ooh. How old is your child?
He's 11.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I hear it from like other people, like, you know how from the outside looking in, when I look at other people sometimes on the outside when I'm picking up my daughter, it seems like their lives are perfect, right? They've got the community, they've got their village. And I generally feel like I'm just pushing against walls and I'm standing still, and I'm definitely trying, but it's like I'm overwhelmed, and some of the things I see on social media just baffle me because I don't know why somebody would come on a platform or on a social media app and try to take advantage of people's real pain or maybe make someone resurface those things. But then again, that person that's looking at those things has to hold themselves accountable. But yesterday, my son's therapist asked a really tough question. And this is what I'm going to ask you because I genuinely feel you're going to give me the right answer. If I feel already in my heart at 42 that the season in the relationship that I'm in, even though he's a great provider, but he's lacking and he's not wanting to make the improvements. And he knows that are necessary to make. Should I move forward or should I continue to seek? I've asked for family therapy. I'm just stuck.
So, in the middle of y'all having issues with your son, he obviously knows you have issues with him.
Absolutely.
That you guys are supposed to be tackling together.
Right.
But you
It's
have the
just always
same
projection.
But you have the same issues with the husband.
Right.
And he's not willing to go to count. Does he recognize there's a problem with your son?
100%.
Okay, so he recognizes there's a problem with your son, but he refuses to go to try to fix the relationship issues between the two of you.
Between myself, my son, my 13-year-old daughter. I have been, and I've made the choice to stay with him because I chose, and I love him, but I think I know the answer, but it's like I'm scared to make that pivot.
I got you. Because the answer is, if he is unwilling, then there's nothing you can do to fix that, and you should leave and move forward. But I understand. So I do have, let me go grab something real quick. I got something. Okay. Y'all, I haven't made my sub-only content at all. However, might not necessarily need to throw all this shit in the trash just yet. Please like the live, please share the live, and if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart me, and please subscribe. Let me go grab the big book. Let me go grab that FBI course for crisis negotiation. I'll be right back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your husband does not want to go to counseling.
Correct.
Shit, did I just dox myself? Fuck, I just doxed myself. Shit, I forgot. I'm doing a whole... Let's do this real quick. Nope, that doesn't fix anything. Damn it, hold on a second. I just doxed myself. All right. So, this is from, no, you wouldn't have seen it there, but it's on the tubes of you. Okay, so, is there a reason, does your husband give you a because again, does your husband give you a reason why he doesn't want to go to counseling?
He's always right in his own mind. He comes off very brash. Like my two biological sisters that won't have contact unless I leave him. Like I've been cut off from everybody.
Oh, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. So by brash, you mean abusive?
I've been in those seasons. It's more mental now. I would have already left if it was still physical.
Okay. I'm sorry, if it was still physical?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Well, and that's where I feel like, and they did suggest therapy for myself, and that's in the works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, I think through some of my childhood trauma and some of the things, like I don't want that broken family unit.
It's broken.
I think I'm doing more damage.
Toka, the family unit is broken.
Okay.
You got an abusive husband. The unit is broke. Okay, it's done. All right. And you cannot fix that. Okay, so this is gone. Now that we know that there's, we're talking DV. So, fuck this. Okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry. You need to get out of there.
Alright.
You need to get out of there. You need to leave. Okay? That's my advice. The longer you stay in that relationship, the more damage it's going to do to everybody in the house. It's going to more damage to you, more damage to your daughters. Your daughters are being shown. Oh,
Yeah,
Miss May, can you mute, please? Miss May. Hold on. I'm talking. I'm the host.
I wouldn't suggest
Miss May. Miss May.
So it's easier.
Miss May. Listen, I want to let everybody know that doesn't know me. We do not talk over the host. Okay? We do not talk over the host. Tokaboka.
Yes, ma'am.
The longer you stay, so the relationship. Yeah, Miss May, I know it is easier said than done. Okay? Everybody knows that. We're not children in here. We know. It's easier said than done. However, Tokaboka,
Yes, ma'am.
you need to understand that the longer your son, and it's probably because your son is a boy. Okay?
He is.
So, because of that, and because of how, we're socialized, plus seeing his father as an example, okay, he needs immediate intervention.
Okay. He's got multiple. He's on the spectrum. There's some things personally I can message you, but back in April, my son tried taking himself. And when we got to some of the root things, and these were things that weren't apparent to me until a therapist told me yesterday. So, and I'm scared to death, and I shouldn't be, but I don't even want to have the conversation or share it with him because I know he's going to explode.
Yeah, that's not okay. So your family members who have cut you off.
Yes, ma'am.
When was the last time you talked to your family?
I do go behind his back, and I talk to my middle sister, and that's been...
Wait, I'm sorry. Behind his back? So your husband forced you to not talk to your family?
Yes.
Ma'am. Okay. This is very dangerous.
It's a lot.
This is very, very dangerous. Okay?
He's a dangerous individual.
How close is your family, like, on a map to you?
Both of them probably are about 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Yes.
You need to call them. You need to get your kids and get out of there.
Okay.
Seriously.
Okay.
Okay? You need to call them, get your kids, and get out of there. Call them. Your son needs an intervention. You're afraid of him. Your family was trying. You need to call your family and get up out of there.
Okay.
Is that what the therapist told you? Does the therapist know that your husband has been physical with you and is abusive and all that?
I don't think I had to say really anything. The way that she came back with, like, when she was reading the report on the things my son had made statements.
Yeah, she probably already...
She already knew.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
His visit was only supposed to be an hour, and like I said, she took as much time as she could. I was broke yesterday, like just broken down.
Mm-hmm.
And then to have to come back home and, act like everything's okay, but it's just, I'm scared. I'm truthfully scared at 42, and that's hard for me to say.
Yeah. Let's see. Is Mandy in here? Mandy, are you in here? Crap.
Get to the judge before he does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, that's one of the best pieces of advice anyone can give you. My ex, unfortunately, filed first, so it was a bad situation for my 18-year-old. She's grown now, but it was really bad for a while. So what you have to do is maybe make an exit plan with the domestic violence hotline number, I would say, and so you can leave safely. And then you would need to figure out how to file first, make police reports, file first, because whoever files first, they kind of look at them like, oh, you're the one that cares because you made the effort. If you're not filing, they feel like you're not really afraid or you're not really concerned. You're just responding to the other parent once they file. So it's kind of like the first one to call the cops, the first one to file. They look at it as that's the parent that cares. That's the parent that's concerned. It's messed up. It shouldn't be that way, but it is.
Okay.
So we're just like letting you know how you can possibly have the best outcome is to do everything first before he does.
Okay. And like he's got 2 sisters, and it's just always been toxicity. The more I kept sitting here, I was like just being pushed. I felt very led to come and ask you, Miss Lavender. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely. But that's the thing. You already knew. You already knew what to do.
Yeah.
I know it is scary to leave a situation. I know it's scary to leave a marriage, especially you've been married to this man for 22 years. That means starting over and all that stuff. You've got children growing up in this. And so our job as parents is to make sure our kids are okay, even when it's difficult.
Right.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you don't want your daughters to end up in a situation like yours, and you don't want your son to...
I just have one daughter and one son.
Oh, okay. Okay. But yeah, you don't want them to fall in the same pattern.
Absolutely not.
So the only way to do that is to fix it now.
Yes,
As
ma'am.
scary as that sounds. But you can do
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
There are resources. You've got family members that are probably just waiting for you. They're probably been waiting.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to leave them before?
No, because the verbal that he made, I know what I've been through in the past with him. It's pretty serious.
Has he threatened your life?
Oh yeah.
When was the last time he's threatened your life?
Almost a year and a half ago. It was a very heated argument. I will accept your request, Miss Kit Kat. My account is private. Obviously, I don't have a lot of following. I'm not really on social media that much, but I will when I get off this live, love.
Okay, me and Momo sent you a follow request. We just want to be available to you if you want to reach out. That's all.
Thank you.
Is it okay if I DM you the domestic violence hotline number? They are able to reach out to you and get you an advocate to help walk you through the steps you need to do. And they're going to be way better than, me telling you a few steps online. They're going to be so much more thorough. Is it safe to DM you that phone number?
Like, just you want my personal number? Like
No. I'm going to DM into your inbox.
Oh, absolutely.
He doesn't read your messages or anything?
I'll have it moved before. The only reason I'm on right now is because he's not home. He's at work, so.
Okay. So it is safe right now to DM you. Okay, I'm going to send you a message right now. I want you to write it down and then get it out your mailbox ASAP,
Yes,
okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Lavender.
Absolutely.
And thank you to everybody.
We want you to be safe. We want your kids to be safe.
Yes, ma'am. I'll keep you posted. Thank you.
Absolutely.
If you ever need anything as well, I'm going to send you a follow request. I've been in that exact situation. I actually just helped a really good friend get out of an abusive relationship as well. I know a lot of resources. I don't know what state you're in, but
I'm in Alabama.
Oh, I'm in Georgia, so... Oh, wait, don't talk to myself, dang it, but... we neighbors, so I got you.
Okay. Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
You too. Be safe.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know how to drop myself.
I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. Oh, Kit Kat, you got her. Okay. Yeah.
I can't send you that message, Miss Toka, until you accept my friend request. So when you accept it, I'll be able to send you that message straight away.
Yeah. Please like the live. Please share the live. And if you can contribute to the live goal, that'd be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart me and please subscribe. Rest of streamer, not necessarily. It's not necessarily doxing yourself by telling your state. Like, people might know what state I'm in because I've said it a few times, but I don't want people knowing, like, the area I live exactly. Well, actually, no. I mean, I live right outside of D.C., but, like, I don't need them to know, like, the area, or where I used to work, or my name. Let's see. Yeah, that, Go ahead, Miss May.
Now, I'm just about to say my bad for intruding. That just really was a touchy subject, as you can tell. Like, yeah, because mine was the type to watch me from a distance, and you just really have to be very, very inconspicuous when it comes to doing things like this.
Yeah, but I mean, I figured if she's talking about it, like, then we can talk about it.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we're good. That is, that's scary.
It is. Like, I followed her. I just really want to keep up with this.
Yeah, there's too many women out there that are in abusive situations. And it's, God, that's scary. I can't even imagine.
It's scary, but it's good, though, you know? It's good at the same time.
What's good?
Her asking for help, you know?
Oh, yeah, I mean, hopefully she can, get out of there. Oh, yeah, that's rough. That is rough. Let's see. Oh, Kristen, you're saying yours would follow you with his lights off? Jeez. Yeah.
My ex cloned my phone. And that's how I found out that he was reading all my texts. So I'm like, you gotta be very careful, because sometimes they got them secret apps that literally will clone your phone.
That's really scary. Yeah, I think Caitlin was asking, how do you keep yourself safe, maintain safety, if anyone can watch a live? Have an inconspicuous name, have an inconspicuous picture. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Yeah, have a burner account. Don't add anyone you know in real life, and make sure your picture is not your picture and your name is like nothing to do with your real life.
Yeah.
Like, my account, it just says Kit Kat. It's got this avatar picture on there, and like, there's no bio. There's nothing but reposts. That's it.
And find out too, no traces of that account, that extra account, no traces.
Yeah. Unique.
Hello.
Hi.
I wanted to get your opinion. I was married to a narcissistic man, and we are finally divorced, 2 years divorced, and everything I like to do after we got married, he didn't like to do it. So I like to dance. I hand dance, and there's some groups where I live that I go to maybe once a month or so. But he never liked to dance, and that was one of the issues that we had. And he ended up not liking to dance. Now, I'm finding out that he calls people, because we do have some mutual acquaintances to find out if I'm going to be there. His thought is, or what he's saying, that if he wants to come out, but if I'm not there, and I don't like it either way. Like, I feel like if you're gonna go, just go. If he's gonna run into me, that it's just gonna happen. But if you don't want to see me, then why would you even go to places that I wouldn't even go? Especially after saying this is not something that you want to do. So it's starting to make me feel uncomfortable. He looks terrible. Like, I don't know. I would think if I was going to show up someplace my ex might be or her friends are going to be, I'm going to want to be looking my best. He almost looks like he needs sympathy. A few of my friends told me that he's not speaking to them anymore. They were also mutual friends because we were all married around the same time. So he's not speaking to certain people that associate with me when he shows up to this party. It's just we go to a certain place and we dance. So it's normally like a day party, so we pretty much know everybody that's in there. But I just find that it's a little weird that he's doing this. Now, he has not showed up when I've been there. He's just gone that I know when I'm not there. But the last time I had seen a few people, a group, I had told them purposely that I wasn't coming because I really wanted to see if he would end up showing up, and he did. So I know that he is talking to people and they're telling him whether they know I'm going to be there or not. But I just don't know what he may do.
I would stop going. I would stop going.
I kind of hate that.
Yeah, that sucks. But I would stop going. And also, the people that are telling him that information, whether you're going to be there or not, I wouldn't tell them where I'm going to be because they're dangerous. Not necessarily like they're doing it on purpose, but if you are ever to run into any trouble with this guy, they won't even be thinking about it and give away your location.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really think they mean any harm, but yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so if you're really trying to...
When I seen that he had went, that, I was like, I'm just gonna go somewhere else, you know, when I want to dance, which is sad because it's local, but, to be able to feel comfortable and safe,
Yeah.
He's never harmed me or anything. I just don't trust the situation.
Yeah, if your spider senses are tingling, just get out of there and yeah. But yeah, those other people they're not safety minded. Cuz they should be thinking it's weird. Are these women?
You know what? I hadn't really thought about it like that. Yeah, they are. I just think that they, I guess they haven't picked a side, and I never expected anybody to because she danced together.
Yeah,
so
no.
It wasn't anything for him. I mean, these are people that had been in our house that were shocked that we got divorced, and so he's comfortable with calling. But now that you mention it, I do feel like they should feel like it's a little weird that he's calling to find out.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to be.
Yeah, so those...
Who's to say he really doesn't want to walk in when I'm actually going to be there?
Right.
Or how does he know that I may not just actually show up?
Yeah. Yeah, so those women are not safety-minded. They are not your friends. I would just I would leave that whole situation and find a new hobby or find another place to go. Because that is really, 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 really weird. But please like the live. Please share the live. And if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart me and please subscribe. Kit Kat, can you do me a favor? I need a brief commercial break.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'll be right back, y'all.
Alright, everyone, please continue to like the live right now while I'm on the big screen. You do that that by tapping the little square at the top. We're almost to 100K. Hey, if everybody power taps for a few seconds, few minutes, we can get there real quick. Please consider subscribing if you have not already. We have, I believe, 35. Let me check out. 35 out of 50. When we get to 50, we're going to do sub-only lives. Everybody will still be able to view it, I believe, but only subscribers will be able to comment. And it's more just like one-on-one, you know what I mean? Not one-on-one, but more individualized attention because so many people won't be able to chime in and whatnot. And so what I did for me is I canceled my Walmart and Paramount Plus to be able to do this for her because I really want to keep women and children safe, right? And I was not using that subscription. How many subscriptions do we all have? Some of us that we don't use, like realistically, right? And so that's just one thing I did. Sometimes I cut out a Starbucks so I can put more money into this live. I feel like this message needs to go far and wide to help as many women and children as we can. Right now, our light goal is the finger hearts. We are at 122 out of 500. If you're able, please contribute. And as always, if you're not able to contribute, you are still welcome here. We want you here. All the sharing, commenting, and likes help contribute also. Please don't feel like we don't want you here because we're talking about contributing. But this is Lavender's job, basically, right? And so if you're able to contribute, it is a great help. And we appreciate all of you. And she's back.
Thank you so much, Kit Kat. Oh. All right, let me do this. Thank you, thank you.
The next time when you open up that door, it's just, you can't see everything.
Mandy. Mandy. Hey. Hi, what's going on? What door? Okay.
I'm sorry, I was talking about my neighbors.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh man.
I didn't even know I was tapping. I done tapped myself on up here. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, don't apologize. I thought you just came in here swinging, talk about childhood trauma, like open up the door to. I was like, dang, she's about to spit.
No. I'm gonna hop right on down.
Okay. All right. Goodness, I can't believe it's already 2:00, y'all. Well, let's talk about this. Let me talk about the top viewers real quick. Mandy's number 1, Kit Kat's number 2, Cotty's number 3, Carolina Queen is number 4, and Shaky's number 5. Thank y'all so much. I do appreciate y'all. Let's talk about this TikTok illusion of stability, okay? Sure, your hotel room might be, well, clean. That shit ain't clean, y'all. Bella, thank you so much for the finger hearts. That room ain't clean. That's just dirty all the time. All that heifer's doing is cleaning up that same dirty ass hotel room all the time. And weird messes. Weird messes. Now I understand because there's 11 Whoa, what is that? Oh, hey, thank you so much for the Katrina. Sweet. I didn't even know we had one of those mopping the walls. She's doing all kinds of weird stuff. You watch Dirty Rooms on the Tubes of You. Almost don't want to stay one. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, steam cleaning pillows and putting that pillowcase back. Yes, I remember that video. That made me itch. I was like, is she trying to get the kids sick? What was up with that maggot rag? She's washing the dishes in the bathtub. There's a maggot rag. I can't. And she posted, like, first of all, maybe she didn't see the maggot. First of all, why are there maggots? Second of all, because that's, come on now. If she's constantly cleaning up, and it's not like they got to worry about pulling trash cans out to the curb. They just take that stuff to the dumpster. You know who I'm talking about? Yeah. The dog bed for the baby. But why was she washing the dishes in the bathtub? Your kids got to go to school. That's child abuse to me. I don't know. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that's child abuse. posting weird shit like that, to me, is child abuse. She said it's easier. I would be up until 10 o'clock washing the dishes in the kitchen sink and the kitchenette sink before putting the dishes in the bathtub. That's crazy. She wasn't even washing the dishes. Y'all, that video was gross. She was barely even washing the dish. She was just like, I swear to God, she was. This is a dish and she's just with it in the tub. Come on. Come on. Those children have to go to school. The children have to go to school. It's already bad enough those kids had to go to school and had to, you know, those kids were getting made fun of. Oh, so y'all sleep in the kitchen? Y'all sleeping next to the onions? Ooh, you smell like onions. You know what I'm saying? Why? Why? No, the kids were not in the tub with the dishes, right? No. No, this woman, just this nasty woman just washing the dishes in the bathtub. But there was a maggot on the rag. So whatever they're doing just isn't enough for the cleaning, because how are they having the maggot? Where the maggot's coming from? They're probably eating better at school. They could be. Probably. It's cleaner at the school. Yeah, wait till those kids start junior high. They're going to be ruthless. Right. I'm upset. And the sad thing is, even if they change everything now, there's still going to be some kids, because they're not too far off from middle school. I know the oldest one isn't. My son just turned 12. So yeah, not too far off. And who knows how long they're going to be in this situation like this. What? 50% off menu price. I'm supposed to be, I forgot to put my shit on Do Not Disturb, and I'm getting stuff for Domino's. Now I got to look at pizzas. It's Friday, y'all. Bella, thank you so much for the finger hearts. Please like the live. Please share the live. And if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart me and please subscribe. Yes, Carolina Queen, so sad. Middle schoolers are ruthless. They 100% are. They do not care. They are feral. They're as feral as kindergartners. When it comes to insults and whatnot, they're quick. They are quick. You said you don't want to give any assumptions, but the way she cleans gives tweak it. Yeah. Yeah, my youngest is 12. Yeah. I'm old. And yeah, that was a damn near geriatric pregnancy, which is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Yeah, middle schoolers are assholes. They sure are. Yeah. But that shit isn't stability at all. Okay, you can hang your fairy lights, or you can put your dog bed in the corner for your baby with the french fries in the floor and baby's picking up. But these people are romanticizing struggle. Damn, not Famous Dave's. Get out of here, Famous Dave's. Quit trying to sell me barbecue. Look, there's also exposure to crime, addiction, and exploitation. Okay? Fairy lights. So TikTok, yeah. So the documentary, okay? The documentary on those unfortunate hotel children, okay? Some of those children have seen overdoses and prostitution and threats outside their doors. People got pew-pews. They knew about this stuff. Okay? And the sad thing is, the family, there's still families living like that, except now we're seeing it more. Okay? We're seeing it more. And the kids absorb trauma even when we think they're not looking. This woman, this particular Stephanie, acts like her kids are fine. She acts like the children are all right. The children are resilient. They're not going to freaking bounce back. They're going to need some therapy. Probably extensive therapy. And I have no idea because I've never worked with children in any capacity. But I don't even think it would be like a 1-for-1 swap for like a 1-for-1 year. You know what I'm saying? They've been viral for a year. The amount of stuff that they've probably gone through and are probably going to go through just from having your mom plaster your face all over the internet. Who's paying for the motels? The state, I think. Or maybe it's a federal grant. What's going on, Belle? But, yeah. I don't know. That shit just really, it really burns me up. It burns me up. It burns me up that they went and had 2 more kids in the bullshit. You know, kids being born into poverty like that. Not just being born into poverty, but being born into poverty online. If that makes sense. Like for the world to see. Like it's something cool. And I've just never seen anything like that before. Like, it used to be, I mean, we still got the family creators where they've got the, you know, but they'll have like nice houses and just be abusive. You know what I'm talking about? Who is that family where the boy like escaped? It's on either Hulu or Max or something like that. But they did a documentary about this family. And they lived like in a nice home and everything like that. She was an influencer. The Frankies. Yeah, those people. They look like they could afford their kids. And those kids were still very unhappy. Because when you're trying to do that family content, kids don't act the way you want them to. Kids don't perform. They're not performers. They're children. Yeah, she was totally abusive. And it's like, if you could look at that and see how terrifying that is, like how bad that is to try to force your kids into a performance, okay? But the kids have a nice home and they got food and shit. Oh, she was beating and starving them. Shit. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Beating and starving. But we didn't know that, though. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know that. Online, the persona was like something completely different. Yeah, she was starving them kids. Yeah, she had them locked in closets. Yeah. Yeah. Family content is weird. But it's like exponentially worse when we're talking about poverty corn. Okay? You've got your children in filthy shit, filthy poverty bullshit. And it's not like, okay, here's a wanted. Again, when that woman first came out, and I'm talking about Stephanie, when she first came out, I saw that shit and I was like, oh my God, I hope they get out of that shit soon because this is bad. You know what I mean? There's 3 kids living in this shit and 2 adults, and why do they got them living in the living room though for the kids? But whatever. I thought she was posting that like, you know, here's my situation, but we're working our way out of it. That's what I thought was happening. I thought that's what was happening. And then come to find out, this heifer had just been trying to go viral for a long time. And then she finally did it with the gross, you know, we live in this apartment in this 1 bedroom with all these people in it. And then nothing changed. Nothing went better for them with her newfound fame. And in fact, things got worse. Kit Kat, you had something.
Yeah, I feel like it should be illegal. These kids can't consent to this. Their privacy is being violated. They're being exploited. They're starting to make laws. Like in California, they're making laws. Families are moving from state to state to avoid these laws now because their children are their cash cows. They're going to continue to exploit them. I've seen everything from what I think are trafficking videos from Stephanie, all the way to like P3DO content of, you know, people showing their children almost unclothed, right? Like it's so creepy, it's so disturbing. And who's tuning into this? Concerned people, yes, but more often predators. That's who's tuning into this. That's who's saving all these videos of these like babies in bathing suits with 100,000 saves on it. That's not like moms like, oh, what a cute bathing suit, I want to buy it for my baby. That's weirdos sharing it with other weirdos.
Ugh.
And spreading it all around. And they're willingly lifting their children up to this. I barely post my 3-year-old on my Facebook now. My Facebook is very private. It's like friends and family I know only. But I'm still like real careful. I'll only post her once in a while, like a picture. And she's fully clothed and whatever, right? But still I know I'm weird about posting her face because they can now take your child's face and make AI CSAM with it, right? Which is, if you don't know what that means, ask me in the comments, I'll tell you. But basically, like, you're willingly exposing your child to this. This is not a secret anymore, right? And they keep doing it because they're making money. We have to make laws against this everywhere. It has to be made illegal. These children cannot consent. It can be just based on that alone. Children can't consent. I believe they're trafficking their children in different ways, but that's kind of hard to prove without a warrant and everything. Simply based on the fact that they can't consent, it needs to stop, and it's so disturbing. And one more thing I want to real quick say. When my parents had me living in that hotel, I was like 10, right, at that time. About 15 years later, I would go on to be trafficked out of that same hotel. I used to sit there and think about that a lot when I had a free minute to think. And if you don't deal with your problems, they become your children's problem. And even if you do deal with your problems after you have children, they're still going to have some leftover trauma. So there are ways to help. Like, I understand people go through traumatic events and it kind of blows their life up, right? Whether it's domestic violence or something happens, whatever the case, the trauma. We have the trauma and the person traumatized. The next step you take affect your kid for the rest of your life. You've got to choose good coping skills. You've got to go to therapy. You've got to, if it's an addiction, maybe a 12-step meeting, maybe smart recovery. There's many paths to recovery, right? Whatever the case, you've got to get help. You've got to choose good coping skills. If you choose bad coping skills, such as rugs, partying, drinking, whatever the case is on the bad coping skills side, right? Posting your kids for money so you can keep doing those things. If you keep doing those things, you will just continue the cycle and you will pass it down to your children. For me, it ended up in human trafficking for me later. So I really want to encourage anybody listening to this, please call 211 if you need any kind of help. If you're in a codependent relationship, if you're in an abusive relationship, if you have a problem with rugs, that is the United Way resource line. It is a way to get help for these things. There is help out there. And just don't pass it on to your kids and keep going. You can stop that right now. And also know this, your kids are going to be angry with you. Something bad happened, they automatically blame the parent. They just do. Well, they blame themselves in a way, and they also blame their parent when they get older. Except that when they come back to you, like, accept their anger. Don't tell them they're wrong. Don't tell, you're not allowed to feel that way because I'm the parent. Accept that they are angry. Tell them you are sorry. Tell them, explain kind of what happened and say, you're right, I should have done better, and I wish I could fix it. I'm trying to do better now. I hope you accept my apology. And accept whatever they decide to do with you at that point. They may cut you off for a little while. They may talk to you less. They may open up and talk to you more because you accept it.
That requires the parent going to therapy, which they're not going to do.
Oh, Luz,
Well, no,
can you,
that's not
I'm
always
sorry.
true.
Luz, can you do me a favor and mute, please? We don't want to interrupt folks. Thank you.
So, right, that's not always true. Yes, some parents do refuse. But I'm talking for the people who do choose to get help. Accept that your child may be upset with you when they get older or when they're little or whenever. Accept that anger. Accept how they feel. Their feelings are valid. And, you know, depending on how old they are, maybe explain a little bit about what was going on and tell them how you're getting help now, and then accept whatever they choose to do after that point. Don't try to pressure them. You should be calling me every week or whatever. Let them do what they're going to do with those feelings, and hope and pray they come back to you eventually and y'all can have a healthy relationship and you can work on that. But don't tell them you can't be mad at me. I'm the parent and all this business because you don't want to deal with your problems. You don't want to take accountability. It starts with taking accountability. Your life can change for the better. You can have a healthy relationship with your child if you're willing to start by simply taking accountability. And that's all.
Thank you so much. Please like the live. Please share the live. And if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your Daily Heartman. Please subscribe. Go ahead, Luz.
Yeah, I've been watching it for a little while, guys. I have a background in a lot of stuff. I do environmental justice. I do social justice. I do feminism work. I do military work. I do a lot. And I'm an all-around community person. So just speaking on this subject, going off of your title here, Motel Kids Have Hidden Trauma and Viral Poverty. So piggybacking off of what Kid Kat said, and you guys are talking about the motels, I have a family member who does PIMPING, right? And they use hotels as their hub. And the families that are living in these communities where these traffickers, drug dealers, etc., are these are the same communities they're choosing to put their children into, knowing full and well that these communities have those type of opportunities, and I put them as opportunities because a lot of people in poverty don't have opportunities. So an opportunity to them looks like anything with money, anything that may change their environment, be it for the worse or for the better. And to put your kids in a motel is, to me, that's like, how can you have like 6 kids in a 2-bedroom and all of them are getting a proper education? I'm not 2-bedroom, 2 beds, 6 kids, 2 adults, whatever the case may be. How can those children be getting a proper education? How can you be sharing the love with all those children at this equally? How can you be disciplining all those children equally? You know, and so there's a lot of factors going on there, and I put in the comments that these people are in there humping on each other while they have these children in these motel rooms. So additionally, they're also low-key exposing their children to sexual abuse without them actively thinking. They're like, oh, I'm their mom and dad, so that doesn't matter. They came from me. That's not. Nobody wants to see their mom and dad humping on each other. You know. So you guys are reproducing like it's a rat cage. It's literally a rat cage. 2 rats, a bunch of little rat babies, and they're running around in a cage, and they're, you know, 1 hamster wheel, 1 water bottle, 1 dish of food, and you have to look at that. That's how they're treating their children, like they're caged animals, and they're treating themselves like they're caged animals. And as you said, they're using these children for viral content, and unfortunately, guess what? As Kit Kat said, other people are using your children as well for viral content. And that's all I wanted to speak of, because I don't like talking super long, because I'll be on here for hours, the work that I do. But yeah, they're literally putting their children in a zoo cage and allowing the society to watch it's a human zoo when you think about it. We're we're viewing these people. We're going to the next cage. Look at this train wreck. Oh my God, next cage. Wow, look at that mangy animal. This is what we're doing. These people are putting themselves in a human zoo. And I'm not paying for it. You know, I'm not gonna pay to show up to that zoo. But you know what? If it's free, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna laugh with everybody else. But unfortunately, when your children grow up, don't get mad when they go no contact. Don't get mad when they turn around and be the exact same person that you are. And don't get mad when they build a family exactly like the one that you showed them how to build. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you so much. Yeah. When I was debating on whether or not to even do this topic today, I was thinking about the freak shows back in the day and how we kind of, I don't know if you can say we outlawed them, but we don't do freak shows anymore because they're dehumanizing. They're terrible. Okay? People used to sell their children, or kids would get, kidnapped or whatever, or they buy abandoned children, and put them on display. Freak shows are really fucked up. And that is basically what these parents are doing. When you have a filthy house, and it is just perpetually filthy with your children in it, and you're posting it, you are running a freak show. You are getting paid for your shitty content because people are going to line up and watch. When you have 5 people living in a 1-bedroom home, then it turns to 6 people living in a 1-bedroom home, then it turns to 7 people living in a motel, that is a freak show. That's a freak show. I don't know. Do y'all get what I'm talking about? Put a 1 in the chat if you get what I'm saying. We don't have them anymore. We don't have them at the carnivals anymore, but people are making them online. People are making them online. There's a reason we don't have freak shows anymore. They're bad. They're dangerous. And just like some of those carnies back in the day when they had freak shows, some of them didn't have a choice. Some did, some didn't. I bet you most of them didn't. And these children, like I say, when it comes to moms bringing felons home to live in the house with your kids, the children are just along for the ride. They don't have a say. These kids don't have a real say. And I bet you some of these parents are like, hey, don't you want to be on here? Don't you want to be, don't you want to make this content? Don't you want to do this? Don't you want to do that? It's manipulative because the kids can't consent. They cannot fully understand the gravity of what they're signing up for. So it's unfair to even ask the children to participate, especially when we're talking about a situation like you've got a filthy house, or you've got a bunch of people crammed into a 300 square foot space. That's also filthy. Not caring about what these kids are going to have to go through at school or in life. Not caring at all about the kind of mental health help they're going to need. Just making content. Just making content off of the backs of your traumatized babies. The psychological toll is going to be generational. It's fucked up. Go ahead. Go ahead, Gianna.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I was just going to jump in because, I've been on here before and I run a long-term stay hotel. Like I've said before, I've been in the hotel business for 20 years, and most of the hotels I run have been, we call them weekly or monthly hotels. Mm-hmm. And this is a topic that I have to deal with on a weekly basis. It's so bad to the point that I have CPS in my phone. I have non-emergency on my phone. I have Health and Human Services for senior citizens in my phone, adult services. A lot of times what I find is that, parents will have, we have 2 beds. We have a room with 2 beds in it. We have a room with 1 bed, a king bed or 2 queens. And I'm not going to say what brand I work for, but my hotel has little kitchenettes in it. It's like a little efficiency apartment. Mm-hmm. A lot of times they'll get the 2 bed and they'll have 2 to 4 children in the room with them. Most of the time it's younger children. And then if they do have an older child, a lot of times what I find is they'll leave, even if the older child is like 15 16 years old, they'll leave the younger children with the older child. So we know a 15-year-old or 16-year-old is not going to be paying attention, in which it's really not their job to watch their younger siblings constantly. You know, that's not fair to them to be, they're still a kid. And so they'll leave the kids with the 15, 16, 17-year-old. Even I've seen a 14-year-old watching babies. And the kids will end up wandering downstairs, calling the office, and, you know, I'm calling CPS at that point, because a lot of times they'll be in the parking lot by themselves. They'll be coming downstairs asking for food. I talk to the parents first. I give them a chance, but it's just, if it happens over and over, it's like, you're not watching your children properly. They're in the room alone. And actually, just this week, I had a family that moved out. They were paying daily. We go into the room. I mean, it was completely trashed. When I say trashed, I mean bad. There was food all over the floor. There was food all over the counter. There was, I guess they smoked weed, so there was like weed packets everywhere. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. And these babies were living in this. Ugh. And we do a bi-weekly cleaning, but sometimes the guests, if they're long-term, they'll say, well, we'll clean it ourselves and this and that, you know. So it's a constant struggle. And it's so very sad. I've had to call CPS so many times, and it breaks my heart, because I understand that this is all these children know. This is their parents. They think, you know, this is the life, but it's just sad that that's the life they have to be okay with, you know, because they're not offered an option.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's something I have to deal with constantly. Just put it like that.
Oh my God. I would probably be crying all the time.
Yeah, and then it's something when the parents always come down and they want to yell at me, and I said, look, if your children are, you know, under the age of, you know, 13, and they're down here asking for food, they're down here, sometimes they have no clothes on. I mean, they might have shorts on. They have no shoes, and they have no shirt. They're outside wandering in the parking lot, like, and I'm going, do you imagine, like, there's all types of people in this world, and your 9-year-old is out in the parking lot walking around with no shoes on by themselves, and I'm the problem? No. No, you're not watching your child. She's like, you know, or they'll be like, oh, well, my oldest is up there. Your oldest is only 15 years old. I doubt they're paying attention correctly to a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old. You know, I don't know. But yeah, I just had to put my 2 cents in there, because I do see this on a daily basis.
Oh my God. Have you seen that documentary? The homeless, the kids in Orange County?
No, I did not.
Yeah, what is it called? Yeah, it's called Homeless, the Motel Kids of Orange County. It's on HBO Max.
Okay.
Yeah, it was made in 2010. Yeah.
I'll watch that.
I had no idea I didn't know it was like that. I mean, I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, the things that I've seen, it's bad. And then it's even worse if they have, like, pets in the room, because we're pet friendly.
Yeah.
Their pets they won't clean up after their pets. The kids will be in there with that, you know, and then yeah. I mean, I probably have to kick out 2 to 3 people a week because of issues like that. And that's just the type of hotel that I work at. But yeah, that when it comes to children, it's inexcusable, in my opinion. It's inexcusable.
Yeah, I don't like any of that stuff. The kids don't have a choice at all. I can understand if people are in a bad way, because things have been bad for quite some time. But making content about your, you know, just making that your personality is just disgusting. Please like the live, please share the live, and if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart me, and please subscribe. Yeah. Generational trauma. These kids probably are not going to get the therapy that they deserve. They're going to see all sorts of crime and instability. Hell, they're in an instant. I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. I get it if it's something you have to do, because things are that bad right now. I get it. But to squander resources that you gained, because she was trying to go viral for so long. She even said it in one of her posts a long time ago. She was doing everything she could to go viral. Then she finally just started, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she only cares about feeding that man slop. Ugh. Yeah, whatever she feeds, it does look like slop. But she had a way out. And instead of just doing something, because I seriously feel like if she had taken those resources, if she had taken that fame, yes, willingly, yeah, triple B. No, she willingly kept her family in an apartment, and then they ended up having to they got evicted from the apartment. She willingly kept the kids in an apartment. Now they're in a motel. And it's like, come on now. Hell, they had a Pink Tea. You still in here? Pink Tea. Didn't they have a van that was able to fit everybody? And then they traded the van in and got themselves a freaking a Jetta or something. A vehicle that can't fit the whole family in it. Didn't they do that? Yeah, it was a Jetta. Okay, I was trying to make sure I wasn't getting my facts wrong. Yeah. Nobody's thinking. Nobody's thinking in this situation. You can't even put the whole family can't even fit in the vehicle, in the family vehicle, which is wild. And there's only one vehicle. Why not just get a that's what they did with the that's what they did with the money. Or some of it. Got a Jetta. Yeah, how you gonna have how you gonna do that? They claimed it needed to be fixed, so they bought a whole other car that doesn't work for their family. Exactly. Instead of getting another van or something else that would work for the whole family, where the kids could be comfortable and they could all drive around together, or fixing the one they had, right? Yeah, it didn't make any sense. It made no sense. I couldn't. Oh yeah, that's right. And Pink Tea says, yeah, sure, fixing it would have been cheaper than financing a new car, which is what they did. They probably could have bought one for cash, but instead, that's right, because I saw something about them being behind on the payments. And it's like, hold on a second. And again, I know how much I make on here, which is not a lot. It's not a lot that I make on here. But if they were able to finance a car, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, what the fuck? Like, that's, like, seriously. And honestly, I bet you everybody would have been like, they would have been happy to see the families glow up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves stuff like that. A rags to riches story, especially when you have children. Especially in this economy. Nobody wants to see, I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't understand it. Oh, man. No, we're talking about some folks, some children that need help right now. We ain't helping no man. Get out. You need a math lesson on how the math isn't math, and I don't have one. I might think of one later. I might think of one that fits later, but man. There were 2 wish lists? Yeah, I remember. I knew there was one. Supporters bought out 2 Amazon wish lists, and the kids have none of that stuff. Right. All thrown away or in storage. Right. And then wasn't there something where, like, she was talking about the storage, like they couldn't pay for it, but we're not sure because didn't she go grab something out of storage? Like where, when is the story true? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened? Kit Kat, did you have something on that?
Yeah, just that she said she lost the storage and it had everything from the wish list. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah, but I swear somebody, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking a long time ago. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Viewers think she lost the storage, but she claims they're still paying for it. So I'm like, I bet you they still have the storage. So you know what, honestly, I don't know. I don't know when it comes to crackheads. I don't know. I have no earthly idea. And I hope.
The thing about the storage is that if you don't pay it, they will take the stuff and sell it. So, I don't know if she didn't make the payment. Maybe it was going to be sold and she said she lost it and she didn't. I don't know. But my parents have lost everything we owned before in a storage. In a similar way. That's how I know what happens.
Yeah. Pink Tea, I can check my DMs. Yes, I can. I sure can. Oh, man. You're going to send me the picture? Shit. I'll show y'all the picture when I get it. Okay. All right, Pink Tea. Yeah, I've been following Pink Tea for a while about this. Actually, I found the Pink Tea because of the Jenkins. I just, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why not make your kids' lives better? Man, when I was happy that the kids were getting stuff, like, off of that first Amazon wish list, like a bed, you know, beds for bunk beds. But when I saw that they put those bunk beds in the kitchen of the, oh, Lord. I was just like, what the fuck's wrong with y'all? Oh, you sent it? Okay, let me go in here and let me look at my DMs. Good Lord. I was so disgusted. I was so disgusted. Let's see. Oh, this is something clipped from one of Drew's videos. What the hell is that? What is that? What am I looking at? Yeah, the room by the front door. No, Pink Tea, what is this? That circle. Yeah. Yeah, people knew that there was something wrong with them because of the blue baggie. Oh. Y'all. Yeah. Okay. This. Yeah. It's like there's... What are they doing?
I've seen the outline of a PIPE in her pocket too. So I've been knowing, yeah.
It's like, what are these folks doing? Please like the live. Please share the live. And if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart me and please subscribe. Yeah. What's going on, Carolina Queen?
That was an accident.
Oh. All right. I'll drop you down. Yeah. Yeah, that baggie seems to have some residue or something, or it could be a glare. Who knows? But that's kind of interesting. I don't know. Some of that behavior has been weird. The stuff she said, when you put everything together, the scratch marks, ooh. Yeah. They could be doing something not so good. Let's see. Look. But there's so many indications that just shit is just wild over there. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about it. I don't know. Did anybody else have anything? I probably need to be on here for another Oh, I've been on here for 3.5 hours? Oh shit. I'm sad. I don't know. That crap makes me upset though. Let's see. Where am I in the outline? Yeah. Systems that fail families. Yeah. But this isn't exactly the system. This is the parents. Because she got something. She made it big. She went viral. She was capitalizing off of that. I honestly thought, put a 1 in the chat if y'all thought that when she went viral, she was gonna, get her family up out of that situation like right away. Because I did. I really thought that she was gonna get her family out of there. I thought so. I was like, oh, whoa. I was actually kind of excited because I'm like, this stuff does work for people sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, a year ago, I was like, no way. Like, okay, now you can get your family out of there. You know what I mean? And then they just never left. And then when they did leave, then it turned into, oh, we're worse. We're worse off than we were before. But yeah, monetizing struggle is crazy. It does not equal healing. It's subscribe to you. Goal is 1,000 subscribers. I don't know you. I'm sorry. You can't do that in here. We only advertise people I want to advertise. Don't do that. But yeah. Nope. I don't have shit else for that. I can't stand it. I don't like her. I don't like Drew. The shit that's going on with the custody situation. God damn. That's a whole other situation with the custody of Deshaun. With the treatment of Deshaun. How Deshaun, like, was there even anything on any of those wish lists for Deshaun? Why is it that those kids had like freaking matching? Hey Chantel, didn't the kids get like matching? They had like sleepwear. You know what I'm saying? And Deshaun just had like mismatched like t-shirts and shorts or whatever. It just seemed like he wasn't taken care of, and I don't know. Like, I don't know. That one really got me. I hope he goes back to his mom. I didn't like all the hate that the mother was getting. Yeah, that's Drew's child that he got the apartment that they were all in together was actually Drew's apartment that he got because Desiree, the mother of Deshaun, fell on hard times and asked for the help of the father of her child, like she should have been able to do. And so he got an apartment for himself and his son. And then Stephanie shows up. And then he allows Stephanie and her 2 little girls to move into the apartment with him and his son. But his son was the reason he was able to get the apartment. Y'all see, this is why that kind of shit makes me really upset. Because a lot of people were like when people were like, wait a second, what's going on with this Stephanie? And how a lot of people were it was like Stephanie. But it's like, wait a second, Drew allowed it. The only reason they even had that apartment that they were all living in, Drew was only able to get the apartment, which was a subsidized apartment, for his son. To take care of his son. And so he is like the original piece of shit. Yeah, he has another child that he's not taking care of. Oh my God. But he was the one that started this bullshit. Because he was so worried about his you know, about his little member. He was thinking with the little member instead of thinking about the fact that he needed to provide a stable environment for his little boy while his mom was trying to straighten things out with her own life. And I still, well, no, I understand. Yeah, a lot of people were going after Desiree. A lot of people were going after her hard, and I know why. And it's stupid. But it's like, she did what moms should be able to do. It's hard out here. And if you have a shitty situation going on, it's better to take your kid to the son. Please tell me the boy's mom was able to get her shit together and get the boy back. The mom did get her shit together. She's trying to get the boy back. They're working on that right now. They're going through court. And Stephanie could not help herself but to keep posting. Like, she wasn't supposed to post Deshaun, and she kept on posting him, kept showing him in videos and shit. It was stupid. It was almost like she was trying to get him taken away. It was weird. And she was, oh God, she was always talking shit about the child's biological mother and stuff as if she didn't want anything to do with them. But it turned out that it was just that Drew was just not answering the phone. He wouldn't let her know where they lived and shit. Like, the whole thing was crazy. The whole thing was crazy. But what you really have is like a dirty ass pick-me and a piece of shit ass dude. And they've come together in their mess and have brought 2 more innocent children into the mix. And they can't take, well, it's not that they can't take care of them. They've refused to. Let's see. She has months of evidence to show Drew isn't fit. Yeah. And Stephanie has been very nasty. Yes, Andrew is a spineless little turd. He's a worm. And let Stephanie bulldoze everything. It really, all this shit is Drew's fault. It's all Drew's fault. He should have been the gatekeeper of this mess. He had a stable situation going when it was just him and his son. But he liked the idea of keeping his humps close by. And so he let her move in with her brood. You're assuming that the... Wait, what happened? What? What are you talking about, Sebastian? I mean, does. Yeah, they just shave his head. Yeah, that was sad. Yeah, Deshaun used to go get haircuts and stuff. He was taken care of. But then the resources get all used up when you add 3 more souls into the apartment.
I would see her getting them ready in the morning, and like she would like put some care into the girl's hair, and then like Deshaun, she'd just make it stand straight up. She's like, "You're good to go." I was like, if you're going to be the one caring for him, can you at least like try to learn how to do his hair? And you have 2 biracial children now, so you're gonna have to learn how to do their hair too. Like, just the way they disregard him is infuriating.
Yeah.
I'm going to do your hair.
Life with Big Baby? Hello? 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 Oh, okay, that must be an accident. Okay. Yeah, I can't with them. That kid was being neglected. And it's his father's fault. It's his father's fault. And it's actually weird too, because something that I did notice was like, yeah, there's a lot of misogyny going on, because even though Stephanie is a terrible person, the situation is actually not her fault. It's Drew's. It's Drew's fault. He allowed this to happen. He allowed it to happen. Please like the live. Please share the live. And if you can contribute to the live goal, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your daily heart me and please subscribe. It's all Drew's fault. It's Drew's fault. Stephanie went in there and took advantage of the fact that she got herself a spineless punk. And But yeah, this is Drew's fault. It's really like a match made in hell. Yep. He allowed her around Deshaun and made 2 more babies he can't take care of. Yeah. Well, not can't. Won't take care of. That's wild. And she just kept on having babies. Man, I wish I could find that video where she was all excited. She was she was saying Drew told her that if she went viral, they were going to have another baby. And I'm like, y'all are living in a hovel. Y'all are in a bad situation right now. Already. Yeah, it's really disgusting. And there's kids that, again, do not have a choice. And she's telling the girls, she's basically setting up the girls to be in the same shit situation she's in right now. She's not giving the children a chance. Yeah, that's right. And she still, and she knew that dude was a chomo, Pink Tea. She knew her husband, her current husband, who's in prison right now. She knew that man was a chomo and then still had 2 kids with him. She knew about that. And won't get a divorce, which is weird. And yeah, like she moves weird. I don't get it. She moves totally weird. I'm trying to, come on now. Yeah, Yeah, it's probably one of the most messed up situations, but yeah, she was really, I'm trying to, why won't this, hold on. There we go. Let's do it like this. I wanted to find out, like, what kind of content was she trying to post at the beginning? Because she was really trying. She was trying for a long time to go viral. She really wanted to go viral. Yeah. Yeah. He essayed his own mama. This dude, the father of her 2 children, or 2 first children. He essayed his own mother, and she knew. And that is freaking weird. I wouldn't even want to get together with somebody. I want to know, yes or no, from y'all in the chat. Would y'all get into a relationship with a man where it was even a story that he could possibly have essayed his own mother? Would y'all do that? Do y'all think that's normal? If there was even an inkling, a story, a rumor, even if it was a rumor that he may have been sleeping, or not sleeping, but essayed his mama, would y'all be in a relationship with that guy? I wouldn't think so. But not Stephanie. Stephanie is like, oh, okay, oh, baby. What the fuck? And the wild thing is, according to, shit, I don't know why this won't let me scroll down. But according to, oh man, what was her name? That did the Tubes of You video. Pinksy, you know who I'm talking about. What's her name? The Cursed Eye. According to the Cursed Eye. Shit, I lost my train of thought. Damn it, I lost my train of thought. Yeah. I really did like her video, and they took it down. They took it down. But anyway. Oh yeah, that's what I was getting at. According to her, her husband, Mr. Thompson, inmate Thompson, has more concern about those girls than she apparently does. And I thought that shit was weird and sad. Let's see, struck her video. Oh, let's see. It was very informative with court documents. Yeah, it was like a documentary. She did a really good job. It was very organized. Very organized, very well You know, it flowed very well. It was very much like a documentary. I liked it. I actually sat there and watched that whole thing. And she had the receipts, basically. It wasn't just like some BS hearsay, she had receipts. Yeah, hippie mom, crystals, manifestations, yeah. She had all that shit. She was trying to go viral off of just some real mediocre content. But it wasn't until... I don't know why this isn't letting me scroll all the way down. I just want to scroll down. But it wasn't until she showed that she had the family of, at the time, 5, living in a filthy apartment. 1-bedroom apartment. That's what made her go viral. With the cats, with the man, there's so many different, the abandoned animals. Y'all, there was a video when they were when they had to move out of their apartment. And they just abandoned the cats, and one of them cats, while they were like moving the stuff out, one of the damn cats got out of the... Momo, you changed your profile picture, girl. I like that. One of the cats made it back into the apartment, and like Drew picked it up and like yeeted that thing out the door. It was crazy. It was some crazy mess. I was like, damn. Kit Kat, go ahead.
I saw that, and then somebody else went and picked one of the cats up. Could only find one.
Yeah.
And then, like, she got upset because that person rescued the cat. It had been abused. It lost half its hair and needed to go to the vet. Needed all kinds of stuff. Kind of looked like it was starving. And then she was mad that person rescued it. Like, how dare you? What?
Yeah. It was some crazy shit. I don't know. That whole thing, the whole thing is just, I don't know. But yeah. I don't think it's right going viral off of, gosh, and that the older one, just straight up adultified, parentified. Having to take responsibility for stuff. When I saw that documentary, there was this part about, because there was a family with like a daughter was the oldest. She was like 11. And then she had like 3 younger brothers. And one of them was a toddler. The mother worked as a nurse and she worked nights. The father was just sitting on ass. Like he had lost his job and he was just sitting on ass. And the kids had to go to school together. And like, because it was like a school for homeless children, she was in the same class as her younger brothers, and her younger brothers were just fighting and shit all the time. And the teacher had to tell the little girl, like, hey, you're in class. You don't have to like try to rein in your brothers. You don't have to do that. Let me do that. You go focus on that stuff over there. And it was the saddest thing because she's so used to, because even though her father is at home all day, she is the one that has somehow been made responsible. Whoa, mystery. Hey, whoa, okay. I guess that was an accident. But that little girl was the one responsible for the care of her 2 younger brothers. It was the most ridiculous thing. She was probably afraid to get in trouble if her parents found out. Maybe, but what it seemed like is she was just already in like that, she was in that parentified mode and she can't switch it off. Yeah.
My parents let my brother go play at a neighbor's house one time. I was at a different house. He was 6. I was like 12. They knew I wasn't with him. This little boy beat him up and I got in trouble. Why wasn't I watching my brother? I know immediately. You're afraid you're going to get in trouble if they do anything. If anything happens to them, it's your fault. And there's no getting away from that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, she was absolutely afraid of her parents.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because she has been made the parent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Yeah, I get that now. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. But, yeah. These kinds of families need to be stopped. For real. That's my whole thought. These kinds of families need to be stopped. There's no reason to be doing this to your kids at all. It's child abuse. It's child abuse on a few different levels, and the kids they don't have a choice, and they can't escape from it. They're not going to be like, I can't, like, and the fact, like, as a parent, you're not even thinking about what your children are going to go through. The fact that they're already living in a shit situation, and then they can't even escape at school. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of children that are in not so great situations at home, at least when they go to school, that's kind of a break for them. But when your parents have plastered you and your business all over the internet, you're getting it at home, and you're getting it at school, and maybe everywhere you go. People are going to recognize you. Those kids, yeah, they had the kids to access resources and then use them as cash cows. Yeah. Come on now. But yeah, I think it's nasty. I think it's horrible. I think parents that make content off of like embarrassing content, especially the embarrassing content. I think parents that make traumatizing, embarrassing, jacked up content with their children involved need to be stopped. They need to be stopped.
We're going to have to make a law, like a federal law. That's the only way it's going to stop. And it needs to be that just children should not be on the internet. You know what I mean? You should not be able to post your children on the internet. Unfortunately, it's going to mean like people like me who just post one picture maybe every 3 months of my kid. I may not be able to post her anymore. Oh well, I'll take that hit if that means these other kids are safer. I'll take that.
Now that part, I don't fully agree with it. I don't fully agree with that, because sometimes like you got families that live really far away, and the only way that they can see those kids is like if you post them. But I would say like make that shit private.
Make it a group or something.
But my thing though is that kind of content online should be outlawed. We shouldn't see that kind of stuff. Because also, what does it do? Not only is it bad for the kids existing in that situation, but then it also brings out more degenerate ass parents. More degenerate parents come out with their filthy homes and because that's what I saw. It was like this summer, that's all I saw was like other degenerate parents in their motel living, abusing their kids. And everybody seemed to want to like one up the Jenkins. You know what I'm saying? There were so many other situations. Hell, I saw one that really pissed me off because that woman had a whole boyfriend with her. I don't know. Like the whole thing, it was stupid. I'm so tired of seeing that. The kids don't deserve it. A lot of these people aren't even going to go viral. They're just people hoping to go viral, hoping to make money online from posting that stuff. I don't even know what's worse. What is worse? Is it, because it's all bad, but what's worse? Posting your kids in their shitty ass situation, in their shitty environment, and getting paid for it, or posting your kids in a shitty environment and you don't even make it big. I don't know. It's just all shit.
Yeah, I would say the people that are getting paid for it, those kids are worse off because mom and dad are going to keep being incentivized to pay for it, and then more people are going to talk about it, right? And then so it's going to bring more awareness. More people are looking at the screen, and it's going to come down on the kids. You know what I mean? So I think the ones that are getting paid for it, I don't like the ones that aren't getting paid for it by any means. They're treating their kids bad too.
Yeah.
But Stephanie is incentivized now she almost feels like it's her survival. Like in her addict brain, I know how this is working in her mind. This is now survival. She now has to post this content because what else are they going to do? That's how she thinks.
Oh my God. It's like, girl, we would... Well, maybe she... I don't know. That's... The whole thing is wild. It's wild because I feel like people might actually kind of forget about her after a while.
You would think, but then you got people like Morgan bringing her up every day.
No. I'm sorry. Not forget about her in her current state. I mean, forget about her like if she got her shit together.
Oh yeah, exactly. So
because she's boring.
Final thing is to continue to post this.
Yeah, because she's boring. She's not really a content creator at all. She's not a content creator. So I wonder if that's part of it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, I was actually done. No, go ahead, Shaky.
I was going to say, what doesn't make sense to me is people still posting their kids when we have these influencer children who grew up and are now adults saying the harm that it did to them.
Yeah.
That's what blows my mind is like you can literally see these kids who we watch grow up on the internet say, hey, this led to a lot of bullying, a lot of issues. Like I still have issues even like acknowledging who I am as a person because of all the public's view on me. Mm-hmm. So like why would you wish that on your kid? Especially like you said with her. Her situation is just so it makes me want to shake her just so bad and be like, what the heck is wrong with you? And that man just constantly being in their game and doing nothing. And then just like what is wrong with her? Mm-hmm. And the cleaning the walls with a mop. I can't get it. Why is she cleaning the walls with a mop? Crack.
That said crackhead to me. That's the vibe I got was crackhead. When I saw that mess. Cause I don't know. I come on now. I understand walls get dusty. Right? They do. Walls do get dusty. Walls do need to be cleaned. But cleaning motel walls seemed kind of like crack. A lot of stuff seems a little crackhead-ish. I'll say it like that. Crackhead-ish. So I'm not calling her a crackhead directly. But I'm saying like a lot of the behaviors seem very crackhead-ish. If that makes sense.
I agree 100%. She reminds me of like, so I'm obviously from the South from my accent, but like I grew up around and worked with a lot of tweakers, and that is the exact behavior I saw at work and like in my personal life was they would be cleaning nothing. Like they weren't even cleaning, they'd be using a dirty rag, and you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're getting grease everywhere. What's happening?
Yeah, like, no. I don't like that mess. Alright, well, that's the lie for the day. I'm going to get out of here. I'm getting out. I'm going to go hang out with my kids. It's Halloween. It's my dog's birthday. I got to go, he's 3 years old today. So I got to go hang out with him. Hang out with the kids.
Wait, it's Steve's birthday?
Yeah, it's Steven's birthday. Yep.
Happy birthday!
Yeah. Thank you. All right, Pink Tea. Yeah, y'all, I will be back here at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm trying to do something Halloween themed. I hope I don't mess it up. I don't know. Actually, no, wait. That's right. It's Friday. It's not only Halloween, but it's Friday. So that means we got spooky booty holes. Spooky holes. Kit Kat, you were supposed to say something.
Spooky booty. I didn't know if I heard it right. I was like, did she just say spooky booty hole?
I did.
They're dressing up for their costume party. We all do this in prison, in jail, wherever. They're all dressing up for their parties. Some of them have lingerie parties on Halloween night. Did you know?
Yes! I worked in a prison. Yes.
That was, I was on the women's side, obviously, and so that was one of the most traumatizing things. I didn't know about that the first Halloween.
You know how much shit I've had to confiscate?
I was like, I'm blind.
Do you know how many lingeries I've had to confiscate?
Yes, and then we had like the mesh panties too, so that you can work into different stuff too. So it was the laundry bags and the mesh panties, and you could dye them different colors. They'd be all different colors too. It was crazy.
Yeah. And I worked at a men's prison, y'all. So oh my God.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
Have you ever cardboard high heels?
I was just about to mention that. I had to take some off of. Remember that story I tell y'all about the dude that wrote to his baby mom? Let me draw this out, because now that I have a chalkboard, I can draw this real quick. But Kit Kat, you know the story where there were these two friends. Right? Why is his neck so long? Can y'all see that? Barely. There were these two friends, okay? Oh, damn, now he doesn't have a trunk. Whatever. Two friends, and they palled around together. They were really happy, They were just buddies. They were in their they were like 21-year-olds, right? But then all of a sudden, this other guy comes into the picture. Now, I know this guy as a 40-something-year-old inmate, but he was lying to people trying to tell me he was like in his 20s, okay? He was a liar, okay? But he made himself a pair of high heels, okay? I had to take his high heels from him. He walked down the hallway with that shit on, right? He knew that shit was gonna get took, okay? But here's the thing. This guy right here had a baby mama, okay? He had a baby mama. Y'all can't see that, damn it. I forgot. Okay, so this dude right here has a baby mama. Okay? Baby mama. And here's the baby. Little baby girl. Wrapped up in a blanket. We're going to do a little bow on her head. And we're going to give her some hair. Okay? This guy has the baby mama. Well, one day, this one is now suddenly in a relationship with that one. Okay? Now I got the drawings out the way. Let me bring out my pointer. Okay? So, this one, the friend didn't like it that his buddy was now bumping uglies with this dude over here. Okay? He didn't like this. He thought that shit was wrong and said, you know what? You and me, we're not friends anymore. We're no longer friends. So let me take his smile and let's turn that one into a frown. Well, actually, just a grumbly face, okay? So now he's upset because his best friend in prison is bumping uglies with this dude right here who liked to make himself cardboard heels that folks need to take. Now, this guy, the older guy, there's a problem with inmates. They are, like with the older inmates, sometimes they can get a little possessive, okay? Sometimes they can be a little possessive. And so, I'm making a chain. Here's a chain. They're chained together, okay? Sometimes they can do weird shit. And by weird shit, I mean, your boyfriend is getting paroled, and sometimes the older dominant inmate will have the boyfriend beat up to make sure he can't go home. This was one of those dominant dudes, okay? High Heels was dominant. He was older, and he didn't like the fact that this inmate was talking to his baby mama, okay? So this inmate was like, hey, I don't think you should be talking to your baby mama no more. And this guy was like, well, okay, you know what? Yeah, sure. I'm going to stop talking to her, sure. And he's like, well, okay. And then he finds out that his boyfriend, who he is literally like chained to, come on now, because he's possessive, he finds out that he is still talking to his baby mama. But why exactly is he talking to the baby mama so much? Because she gives him money. She is the one supplying all the money, okay? She gives him money. So he is still talking to the baby mama. She's paying for them? Absolutely. Some of that money that she gives to him also makes its way to him. Okay? It sure did. Sure did. Her money was going to both of them. Because he would do things like buy commissary items with her dollars and give them to him. Okay? So he's like, yeah, I don't think you should be talking to your baby mama no more. And he's like, you know what? Yeah, what? Okay, yeah, sure, fine. I won't talk to her anymore. But he was lying. He was a liar, pants on fire. Why? Because the baby mama was giving him all that money. So he just kept it a secret. He kept it a secret. But then, one day, this one found out that this one was still talking to the baby mama. And he was mad. He was mad, y'all. So now he's upset. Okay? So what does he do? Because he feels like he has been disrespected and disobeyed. Okay? So now he goes over. This one travels in his anger and talks to this one. He goes and talks to the best friend who is also mad. And you know what the friend does? The ex-friend? The friend goes and gives. He's got the baby mother's address. Okay? Can y'all see that? Let me move this.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. He's got the baby mama's, this one's got the baby mama's address. And he gives the baby mama's address to him. Which is really jacked up. So then what happened? Well, then this one writes a letter. This one writes a letter and then sends it to the baby mama's house. He writes a letter, sends it to the baby mama's house to tell her that he is messing with her man. That is what happened, y'all. Thank you for getting your daily heart, me shy. That's what happened. So then what ended up happening, because nobody knew any of this shit yet, all we knew was suddenly there was a fight between these two. Okay? There was a fight in the hallway between these two guys. When we did the investigation, we found out all the rest of this shit. Okay? Ladies, ditch that man when he goes to jail. Ditch him when he goes to jail, please. For your sanity. Just ditch him. It's not worth it. Okay? Not worth it at all. Not ever. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. It's not worth it to be involved with a dude because you don't know what you don't know. This woman This woman had no idea that her man was involved with this guy. Not at all. Bella, thank you so much for the bow knot. She had no idea that her man was with this guy. She did not know. And she was sending all her extra money to this man. And some of her money was going to this dude, and she did not know who he was until he wrote her a letter. Ditch that man when he goes to jail. I don't care if you got kids together. It doesn't matter. That man is not going to do right. He is not going to do right. You don't know what he's doing in there. And, yeah. It's a bunch of BS, okay? A bunch of baloney. But I want to thank y'all very much for being here. Thank you so much for getting us to 122,000 likes. Thank you for all the shares and all the power shares. Thank you all for the gifts. Thank you for watching, okay? Thank you so much. But I'm going to get out of here. I'll be back at 7 p.m. Eastern. We are going to have some festivities. I still got to work them out, though. But we are going to have some festivities. It is Halloween. Okay, we'll figure it out. All right. Kit Kat, did you have something?
Yeah, no, I was just going to tell you, have fun, have a good day, have a good birthday with Steve. We'll see you later.
Yeah. All right, everyone. See y'all at 7.